A little early morning, eye-opening bondage. Hello, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Clear, check, 1, 2.
Test.
Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? There he is. Willie Griswold.
Wilbur.
Look at him. Look at it. There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee. He's got kind of a black and white Union Jack hat there for the Raiders.
What is that?
I don't know what.
Oh, I get it. It's when the Raiders went to London. That's very nice. Yeah. So is that on sale, or
It was.
I'm just guessing.
Well, I tell you, whatever you think of that Raiders team, their hats are awesome.
Yeah.
Ace's hats have been great.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't disagry more.
Oh, really? Well, I'm a big. You know what? I'm a big black, white, gray.
Well, if you had
That's my color scheme.
If you had this in a burgundy and maybe a gold, maybe a couple feathers on it, then you'd have some.
If your team was good enough to go to London, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't every team get to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah, every team has to
Have
go.
they?
Has to go, I think.
And
is how it works.
I know that I'm the only one that cares about this, and I understand why it's done, but
Especially the Jaguars, because they're moving there.
good point. You can now get your favorite team in the colors of another team.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Especially college
I wonder
teams.
what that started with.
I bought a Cubs hat in this color, beige.
I saw an Instagram ad for advertising for the Cubs, and there's a series of games coming up. Greek Heritage Night, they have the blue lid.
yeah.
Polish Heritage, the red and the white. And I was thinking, that Polish one, I'd look great in that. I'm not Polish, but am I willing to lie about it for the color scheme?
Sure.
I might
Why
go
not?
Polish Heritage
Why are the
Night.
Cubs? There are no Polish people in Chicago.
I know, by the way,
What do they think?
that's the only baseball cap that has bowling pins on it.
But it's great for women, and that's why they do it, I think, a lot of those. Because you want to buy a hat that matches your outfit.
And I'm wondering if it started with the best of intentions.
Charity, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the pink. I wear a pink
Right.
hat all the time in honor of the importance of breast cancer research.
Right.
Or did it start from a monetary standpoint, making money for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, but it could be. I'm just thinking once it got going, I mean, you can now buy a maize and blue Michigan State shirt. It's like, whoa.
The Blackhawks St. Patty's Day jersey, the green ones they do, they're so cool. They're so cool.
Yeah. Now, Christy, do you have a favorite uniform in the history of sports that?
I've always loved the UCLA colors.
Oh,
when I was a kid,
those are
I'd
good
go to
uniforms.
LA and visit my grandparents, and I just loved that blue and yellow. I thought it was really pretty. But yeah,
I think the Yankees kind of take it for the most classy uniform of all time.
The pinstripes are cool.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they're
cool,
kind of
but-
boring, but
Whereas the famous Oakland A's of, what was it, the 70s with the hideous...
those are, once again, those are classic. They should bring those back.
aren't they green and yellow?
Kelly Green and Gold.
Yeah.
Hideous.
Yeah,
Truly awful.
Yeah. Kelly Green, get it right, Christy.
I was an A's fan. Come on.
Vita Blue, you like the Vita Blue,
I
the
do.
Blue Man.
I
Yeah.
remember the Astros
Salbando.
uniforms back in the day were
The Sultans of SWAT.
crazy looking.
I'm sorry, the Sultans of what?
SWAT.
Oh, SWAT.
What if they ever made that into a porno? What would they call it? Oh, never mind.
In order, the top 9 designed NFL uniforms as compiled by designers all across the country.
Okay.
Number 9, Seattle Seahawks. With the bird on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put this in the top 3. The next one, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Those uniforms are nice.
Those are classy.
The Chargers would be my number 1. The
Yeah,
powder
see, and
blue.
that's kind of like the
Same as-
UCLA colors.
powder
yeah.
blue uniform. Number 6, the Patriots.
No.
No.
Red, white, and blue.
The classic Patriots with the
Yes.
with the Minuteman hiking
yeah.
the ball on the side.
That was good.
Cowboys 5, Steelers 4, Vikings 3, Saints number 2, and the Raiders number 1. Number 1 uniform.
It is classic cool.
And
Oh, go ahead.
Hats off to the original Tampa Bay colors.
Oh yeah, the
Orange-sickles,
creamsicle.
yeah.
The creamsicles. I like those. Yeah.
But I think the Raiders, it kind of got more popular because of like Eazy-E, essentially. All the
Yeah,
rappers in Southern California were wearing them. There's like an interview where Al Davis is like, yeah, they like our culture. They like what we're doing down here. And Eazy's like, no, it's just black. It's a cool black color. That's why we wear it. Same with White Sox.
And are they cool with...
Careful.
No. With, let me put it this way. I'll tell you a story. We were doing we were shooting a TV commercial in a very public place, and it was for a beer.
Okay.
And I forget if you were there, Christy, but we'd asked people to come down to this place, and there were a couple hundred people, and they walked around covering the logos on everything, including Bob's hat, which had an LA on it. And then he tried turning it around, and it had that Major League Baseball thing there. But I mean, they were taping over people's shoes. No logos could show on anything. So, but is it okay if you get on stage and you're wearing a thing and they take a picture of you, can that be published without someone going after you?
I don't know what the laws are.
Did you ever notice on shows like Cops, they'll go in somebody's trailer and there'll be a framed, whatever it is, dogs playing poker, and they blur it out.
Yeah, a lot of that.
So I don't know how that works. That's very confusing to me.
If I ever started collecting art, it would begin and end for me with the dogs playing poker.
Would it?
Dude, that's actually quite old. I thought that was sort of like a 60s thing. That's been around for...
Did you do it on velvet?
No, we had dogs playing poker in our billiard room when I was a kid.
You did?
Yeah,
Did you?
the billiard. Yeah.
Did you have a separate room?
My dad loved. Well, it was 3 rooms downstairs, 3 rooms upstairs. I mean, it was not. You had separate rooms. We just had a thick hallway. I don't think it would be considered.
Are you pretty good at pool?
I'm okay, but I haven't played in years. If I play pool because of what my mom did with the pool cue, I tend to flinch a lot. So it's kind of hard to keep your eyes.
Same reason you don't have wire hangers.
Exactly. I'm not mad at you, honey. I'm mad at the dirt. Let's get this. And speaking of flinching, Josh and I went yesterday to milk cows at the state fair, and let me tell you, did we have a time?
Heck yeah, we did.
It was amazing.
There's a picture of you two. It might be the most handsome picture of all you
right?
guys.
Fantastic.
Wall-to-wall entertainment.
Couple of studs
I
out there.
commented on that on Instagram because I thought, my gosh, who are these Hollywood stars?
A lot of that, I swear, honestly, not touched at all. I just put it up.
Great, the two of you.
You both look so naturally
Yes.
tan. Genuinely happy.
We were having a good time. The cows were happy.
I wasn't here.
And
Who won?
the First Lady of Indiana won.
Yeah.
Well, she's been around cows a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And,
Or that could be taken the wrong way.
No, she grew up on a farm.
Tom, there were many of us out there, and one lady went first. We went in the order that we arrived.
Okay.
So,
To be fair.
Yeah.
So
at least that they saw.
Are you milking one cow at a time?
Yes, each one of us was milking the same cow. They may have switched them out halfway through.
Yes, I think they did.
The cows don't run out of juice?
That's why they switched them
That's
halfway
why they
through.
switched. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, the 5 of us went on one cow, and the next 5 went on the other, and then they just measured how much we got.
Gotcha.
They had a little measuring cup.
All in all, I came in 4th.
Yeah.
I believe I got 9 milliliters.
I came in 6th. I got 1 milliliter.
It's all right.
Now, the lady, it was a woman, and then me, and then another woman, and then Chick.
Yeah.
Chick finished.
And I went to get a lemonade shake.
Goes to get a lemonade. The next lady goes to start milking the cow, and she is immediately shat upon.
Really?
No.
So I'm going, the booth for the lemonade shake-up is like 30 feet from the cow barn, and I'm over there, and I say, I'll have a lemonade shake, and I hear from the cows, oh.
She handled it.
Oh.
I only saw some hustle and bustle. I didn't see, like, specific...
Is this like an injury where they set up the tent around the person?
Yeah.
Funny.
And before we started, Josh and I were talking, wouldn't it be great if we got pooped on?
Like how miserable we'd be, but how much Tom would love it.
would laugh for days.
Is that a
over
common reaction?
I don't know during
I
milking,
don't
but we
know.
saw one. They took one out of the stall and onto the sidewalk, and it the word that came to mind because it wasn't solid necessarily.
No, it was. I thought the cow was urinating.
Yeah, he goes, oh, look at all that. I go, no, and it was torrential. It just
And the odor immediately filled the air.
That can ruin a lemon shake-up.
Oh, man. Or try eating a corn dog. I powered through, though.
Oh, yeah.
or a woman's week.
No, I was there yesterday, but after you guys had already left.
Yeah. Well,
Quite
you
a
got
turnout.
there at 4. You were there 5 hours
We had
later.
a nice turnout.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time.
The only
Ride any rides?
No.
Oh.
No. My ride was getting back and forth to the car. Yeah.
Saw our friend Crystal.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
good? Yeah.
Good.
It was a nice time.
Oh, yeah, we had a great time.
Good.
I had another blue ribbon shake. I think there may be a video of me delightfully eating that.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, it was delicious. Then I also had another one of those deep fried Oreos.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh.
You have to.
Just fast forward 6 months later, Tom weighs 290.
He's addicted to
What's the problem, Tom? I don't know, but tell Hooker to get more Oreos.
I started frying them at home, right?
I also Hart got one of those turkey legs.
Sure.
Oh. And whenever you eat one of those, you have to do your Henry VIII thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More grog.
Oh.
They're hard to eat.
I thought you meant
They're tendony.
I thought you meant chop Kelly's head off. I was going to say that King Henry.
Oh, okay.
Off with her head. Yeah, we had a good time. We'll cover that and many other things. Coming up, we have Willie. This will interest you. The world record involving gaming consoles, which is really unusual. We also have tongues in the news.
One of the contestants
What
in the
was
milking
that?
contest got shat on.
Pat, we'll have to dig around and see if we can find a.
You missed
an
it by
appropriate song.
one.
Yeah. Yes.
If only. God, that would have made my year.
That's what we were talking. We were talking about how can we make the cow poop on one of us just for you.
Oh, if we had that on film, it'd be on a continuous loop.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd be playing in the front hall.
There's a bar in Alabama that has the continuous loop.
Auburn returning a kickoff.
No, what's his name? I'll think of it, but that would be classic.
Oh yeah,
just every 30 seconds it goes back. Right now, we have a couple things I want to review quickly with you, like retirement. This is serious business. Back in the day, some of you, your moms and dads, got that gold watch and that pension, and they could count on that check every month while they were enjoying their retirement. Those days, for the most part, are gone. You've kind of got to do your own thing. And that's where SILAC comes in, and something called an annuity. See what I'm talking about? Get the details by going to SILAC. SILACINS.com. That's SILAC Insurance. Actually, you can just go to bobandtom.com and click on that link. It'll take you right there, and the SILAC folks will explain what's going on. In fact, there's also the Chick McGee in a special video.
Hi, everybody.
Talking about how this works. Restrictions apply. See if this is something you qualify for, something you're interested in, and it may well be, because there's enough negative things out there. How about something positive about your retirement? We'll get the details. Like I said, see if this is going to work for you. Once again, just go to bobandtom.com and hit the SILAC link, or it's SILACINS.com. Now, we'll be hearing from the SILAC news desk, starring Christy Lee, coming up, and of course, the Dude Wipes sports desk with Chick McGee. Coming right back, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello and welcome to the Mr. Obvious Show. I'm your host, Mr. Obvious. Let's go right to the phones.
That's good. Just like him, yeah.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello. Is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Oh, hi, Mr. Obvious. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, thanks for calling. What seems to be the problem, caller?
Oh, Mr. Obvious.
Yes?
I think I've got a critter stuck in my pipes under my kitchen sink.
Huh. A critter, huh? Some sort of animal? What makes you think that?
I can hear him down there making noises.
Noises, huh? What sort of noises?
Well, you know, kind of a growling noise. Like a critter.
What's that sound like?
Well, it's sort of like, you know, like that.
Huh. A critter under your sink, huh? And it's growling at you?
Yep. You can hear him down there. Sounds like he's trapped in the pipes or something. He's down there growling, kind of like, Yeah.
Is he padding the park? What's going on?
I see. So this happens all the time?
Mostly it seems like it happens after dinner. When my wife rinses leftover food down the drain, you can hear him down there eating.
Eating?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, yeah, like that.
Now, callers, anything else that seems to cause this growling?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems to do it every time she flips that light switch on by the sink.
Light switch, huh?
Yeah. There's the switch by the sink. But it don't turn nothing on. She'll flip it sometimes while she's doing the dishes, and boy, it makes him mad as anything.
Just like every other comedian ever, I, too, have recently broken up with my girlfriend.
So you had to let her go from the van.
I unchained her from the radiator.
Well, I guess that's over.
I broke up, my last girlfriend I broke up via voicemail. Is that
really?
tacky?
That is kind of tacky.
Well, hear me out.
All right.
I didn't leave a message on her voicemail.
Oh.
I left it on the outgoing message on my voicemail.
All right. Hi, this is Brendan.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave a message
It's less
unless
confrontational. If this is Susan, it's over.
All right.
Hit the bricks, Ugga-Mug.
But anybody else just leave your message?
Yeah, anybody else leave a message.
Don't forget your number. Did you start with your message? Your message is important to me.
Unless it's Susan.
Did you say hit the bricks, Ugga-Mug?
Yeah, I called her Ugga-Mug. She's ugly. I was dating an ugly girl.
Well, somebody has to.
She was hard on the eyes.
Wow.
Ugga-Mug.
Ugga-Mug.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start calling you that. That'll be like my little pet name for you, Christy. Ugga-Mug.
Am I hard
well,
on
that's
the
not
eyes?
No, I'm certainly not. I just think it's cute. Ugga-Mug.
Well, you could be mean to ugly girls because they don't have feelings. I saw that on the Discovery Channel.
That's what you were told, right?
Well, there you go.
I discovered that.
Hey, by the way,
We have something for the quotes page. Nicely done. Usually you don't make the quotes page in the first 10 minutes, but you just did.
She bought rocks one time from Pier 1 Imports. She bought a basket of rocks.
No kidding.
To decorate her coffee table with. Well, they had like words chiseled into them.
Oh, okay.
That's
They
weird.
said like joy and happiness and friendship. So like one night I just took a handful of those rocks and I drove around my neighborhood chucking them through people's windows.
Joy.
Like, here comes happiness. We were driving to the mall one time so she could buy some dumb stuff. And there was a car in front of us, and it had a bumper sticker that said, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter" on it. And she was all like, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter? What's that mean?" And I was like, think about it. Who's the most famous Jewish carpenter you can think of?
Right.
And I swear to God, she went, "I don't know, Geppetto." That totally happened for real in real life.
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say, "Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn." Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, hello, hello. I believe it's time to go over what we learned yesterday.
But also what we learned this morning.
But first...
That Chick McGee almost got,
Close call.
Josh was right in there, too. It could have happened to him.
You guys were milking a cow, and right after you finished, the next lady got up there and...
Got crapped on.
Yeah. And you're right there. I mean, even if it doesn't hit her directly, it hits the ground and spatters on you. Yeah.
Did they have an outfit for her?
No.
Yeah, and make no mistake, it's not like getting mustard on your shirt from a corn dog. This is a whole new ball game.
Yeah, did she need like a Silkwood shower?
Oh, my God. I don't know what you would have to go home.
Eddie, one of our what would we call him?
Our engineer.
A layabout.
Yeah. There dwell.
Yeah. One of our
forced hire.
He's a forced hire.
Yeah.
This is slander once again. The opposite is true. But go ahead.
He was there, and he goes. He had one of the video cameras. He goes, "What would happen if you got grabbed?"
We were all talking about it because of you.
I go, I would immediately, the vomiting on my part would be enormous.
And then how do you get home?
Yeah, exactly. I go, it would be a never-ending, just awful thing. And he was laughing. He said, we were like, this has to happen.
You know, Tom, you've talked about this many times about possibly being on the set of an adult cinema. And Dean and I had a chance to do that.
Right.
They were filming an adult cinema across, not very far from where we're sitting, actually. So we went over. But you always said, people forget what an adult cinema set is going to smell like while you're there.
I don't want to be there.
And I don't think either one of us had factored what a milking contest would smell like.
It was good to get out of there.
Yes.
Where I went, it was hard to breathe. I didn't realize.
Yes.
Like, it's much easier out here.
And those cows, they don't care where they poop. They just go.
Indiscriminate.
They're not barn trained or anything.
Well, they do that thing every Super Bowl where they have that grid.
Yeah.
And it's and the
cow bingo or
the randomness of
cow flop.
Well, yeah, I was in the cow area and I took a photograph because it was 60 years ago that the Beatles played in that same building. Which is kind of odd, kind of interesting.
We also met the police officers who helped escort you from the state fair.
And this is
we got their side.
Yes.
What'd they say?
That has always been I would always like when you tell a story where you're undoubtedly either wronged or the hero. I would always want to hear the other side of it, and we got to hear that.
Yeah, we met the two full-grown bears.
Yeah,
that means state trooper, right?
And what'd they say?
And that they had never seen somebody look more lost.
Especially as an adult.
Well, and
they were happy to help you.
In my defense, I parked at 5 in the morning.
There's no defense.
There were like 50 cars there. When I left at 11, there were 3,000. And a lot of people have a white car, so do I. I had no idea where I was.
Now,
they were very happy to meet you and to help.
Make no mistake, they would probably refer to me this way, but the officer who was telling us the story said, so we're out there kind of, just walking around, just keeping an eye on stuff, and we noticed this elderly man just walking around. And I go, yeah, you were evidently.
That was the one time I was at Disney.
Did they check for a silver alert?
And then he said we told him to go there, and you went the other way.
I was
They
lost.
gave you direction.
The worst time ever, though, is I was at. You've ever been in the main parking lot at Disney World?
Yeah.
In a rental car.
No.
And then you forget what color the car is. Then
can't be easy.
And then, of course, I forgot what agency it was from. The usual me. But see, now I'll take a photograph. If I'm at the airport, I'll take a picture of the thing so it says whatever section A.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't. Anyway, I found it.
Well, good.
Then I get into the continuous. Last night I got the same argument. We parked the car and I put up that big silver thing that blocks the sun from
Sunshade,
coming
yes.
in. It's always the same story. Look, folks, then I tell my same story about moving to Florida and having all my cassettes melt because I didn't have one of those window things.
Who was arguing with you, though?
Oh, I can guess.
Are you kidding?
Oh, was it? Dad, we want to go in?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they were excited to get in
This is going to take 7 seconds.
Also, between your girlfriend and the girls, an argument about cassettes, not really going to work. You got to think
It's
about the
funny
time.
because, then I had to explain what a cassette was and how hot the car would be. I said, look, statistically, this is going to be 15 degrees cooler when we get back. Actually, it was hotter because the sun had gone down. Never mind.
Meanwhere, they're already on the Ferris wheel.
They ditched me.
Talking to a mangy dog.
They ditched me. Oh, okay.
Did you see any of the music?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
Boy, they can play still.
You said the
Badfinger. Man, they were great.
Really?
Yes, they were
cool.
very, very good. Very good.
Who's still in Badfinger?
I'm not exactly
Kevin
sure.
Badfinger is still in.
But
Peter Ham.
whoever was playing guitar nailed it.
Such great songs. You can't
They really are.
Yeah, they weren't really a zombie band, although there are a bunch of those out there these days. But let's move on here.
Don't sleep on Elton Ron. He's out there, the Elton John tribute.
Oh.
And the Dogs of Society. That's another Elton John tribute band.
Now, Willie wasn't here yesterday, so maybe we can get him filled in as to what he might have missed.
What's going on, you guys?
Let's fill Wilbur in, yes. Time now for Things We Learned, brought to you by the Chick McGee Institute for Better Broadcasting. If you want to be a better broadcaster, send Chick McGee $10,000 along with a self-assigned check. And none of this is real. Thank you. Josh enjoys the word boobs.
Yes.
Instead of the word that starts with a T.
To me, that the word is almost onomatopoetic in that's how they should look.
Oh, with two B's on each side of the big
I thought of you yesterday, Willie. Because, while the girls are on the rides, I'm sort of thinking of stuff and coming up with T-shirt ideas, that sort of thing.
Posters.
And I thought of a great name for a band would be, this was based on a woman walking by. A great name for a band would be the Heavy Naturals. I think, maybe like an a cappella band.
Could you go Heavy Nats, though? Or they think they're bugs?
Yeah, I think they would think they were bugs, yeah. But the reason the word came up, Willie, because coming up this weekend in Boston, there is a protest, quote, in support of gender equality. Well, I'm all in favor of that.
Yeah, right.
It's
We're not buying it. We're not buying it.
As long as one of them knows their place.
Hey, someone's got to clean that glass ceiling.
Boy.
It's a topless, that was a quality joke. It's a topless protest in Boston. And the organization is called, it's the Top Freedom Protest, Top Freedom, one word. The organizers include a group known as, do you want to say it, Christy?
I don't have it in front of me.
It's
Equality. That's it.
It's
Yes.
Equalitity. And it's equality.
Sounds dirty.
You have like the intentionality of a gymnast doing a floor routine. As you try to say that word, you're breathing.
Yeah. There are certain words that sportscasters, there are certain names that let's not go with that one. That's, but the Equality Organization, along with an outfit called Go Topless,
cool.
They're challenging Massachusetts laws that make it illegal for women to expose their breasts in public. So,
hope you like pit hair, whoever goes to that.
Yeah. Or as I call it, the Boston Tea IT party.
I want to support these ladies, but I go and then they take their shirts off, and then me and my buddies go, oh yeah, and they think that we're being creeps, but we're just trying to support the gals. We're cheering them on. I got big signs.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this kind of protest works.
No, not at all.
No.
And it's a silly protest. They won't let us be topless in the grocery store. Grow up, idiot. That's not oppression. There are children here.
Because we live in a society.
Yes.
You know what I called it, though?
What?
The Boston Globes.
That's fun.
That's a journalist joke. Sorry,
And you wear a shirt in the grocery store?
Yes. If you saw a guy anybody who sees a guy in the grocery store not wearing a shirt, you go put a shirt on.
Put a shirt on.
It's not just that guys can have shirts off and girls can't. It's only the hottest, most ripped guys. They can have their shirts off. But if I have my shirt off in a Kroger, people yell.
People get upset at the ripped guy too.
I go, buddy, come over. Let me check those pepperonis out. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to hang out with the man.
How about this? So yesterday I'm at the fair. And I'd like to check out the T-shirts people have on.
Yes.
And they
make some judgment. Yeah.
Oh, the fair. That's the first time I saw a shirt that says, if you see a cop, warn a brother. Still think that shirt's
Oh, yes, with the Warner Brothers logo.
That shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's almost clever. That's a good one. That. Now, so this guy has a T-shirt on. It just says in big block letters, I'm the nicest, and then spelled out the word a-hole. You'll meet. What is it? Who's this guy trying to?
Honey, where's my shirt? We're going to the fair.
Are you serious?
I'm totally serious. I saw one. I can't even say it on the air. I tried to get a picture of it. It was so offensive. but then you think this person got dressed like this, looked in the mirror, and went perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Making a statement.
What's the statement?
Well, you're talking about him.
I'm an incredible jackass. And then, by the way,
it really isn't.
And by the way, sir, you don't need to be eating that corn dog.
That brings us to our next.
There we go.
Our next, you might have missed yesterday, Willie. Tom encountered fat sisters in the candy aisle at CVS.
Well, we were talking about people not being aware that they're blocking stuff.
Yeah,
like people who stand in the doorway of buildings.
Oh, you have the spatial awareness of a 2-year-old deer.
Admittedly,
these two fat sisters couldn't decide. What did you tell them? Come on, babe, pick up a candy.
He claimed they were comparing chocolate bars.
They were.
They were.
These are chocolate. These are chocolate bars the size of dictionaries. And these two fat chicks are, and I'm literally trying to. All I want to do is get to the bubble gum, get out of my way. So I had to go around to the other side. Excuse me, I just want to get some sugarless gum. By the way,
that's right. You've started chewing gum to an annoying.
I told it's my doctor.
Don't follow his orders.
Willie took me to the doctor the first time this happened. I get this really weird ear thing. It's like a fly in your ear, and the only way to get rid of it is to chew gum and swallow.
Do what you got to do. Yeah.
Maybe it is a fly. Maybe it's an earwig. Maybe it's laying eggs.
A spider in there.
Whatever it is. It's a.
You gotta just order the gum on Amazon. We can't risk you encountering these fat sisters in the wild.
I got a real quick true story. So I'm parking at the fair yesterday.
Right. Do you think that we all think that you're liars? You're always saying it's so.
The wilder, the better.
This is so dumb. So we're parking at the fair, and I'm semi-paying attention.
No.
And there's what would more or less be called a speed bump. And I swear to God, and I haven't gotten it out yet, my gum goes flying out of my mouth, and I can't find it.
In the car.
I finally got a flashlight. It's underneath my seat, but way in the side there between the seat and the console.
Oh, I hate that spot.
And I can see it down there, but I can't get my arm down there.
Yeah.
You could have let it go and just
It'll harden up.
Let it be.
No, but I don't want. What
part
if
of the car?
I don't want if it gets into that slider thing, I'm screwed.
No. You feel like whenever you look down there, you're going to see a tiny little troll with a dime as a hat and a French fry as a cane.
Yeah.
Who goes there? I'm sorry. I know this is your spot.
But I may have to go to those detail places where they have those exotic tools where they can get down in there.
Oh, yeah.
They have the tongs that are slender. Yeah, but I'm totally serious. Right now under my driver's seat.
Wait a minute. A piece of gum's not going to hinder your seat adjustment.
No, there's that track.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'd want to get it out.
You get gum in there, you're screwed.
No, you're not. You're fine.
Okay, then I'm going to get it out and put it in your car.
All right, bring it on. Bring it. Let's put it in Ace's car.
But it was the weirdest thing that I go, oh my God, I lost my gum.
Keep the window up.
And Kelly goes, what? I said, my gum just flew out of my mouth. You're kidding. Somehow it's my fault.
Yeah,
it was in your mouth, wasn't it?
It flew out of your mouth.
Not when it flew
You
out.
hit the speed bump.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
The troll didn't jump up and
they
pull it
shouldn't
out of
have a
your
speed
mouth.
bump there without a sign. God.
I've said this.
The chance it wasn't even a speed bump.
Yeah.
It was a calf.
Yeah.
Did that speed bump just move?
Yeah. Why's that farmer screaming at me?
Some fat woman goes, "Oh no, my sister!"
Oh.
My father's son.
And by the way, I kind of want to go tip those people helping me park.
Don't say
that's so boring. Can you imagine all day going, okay, this way, and it's dusty as hell?
They're paid fine.
They're hanging out. They're getting a nice tan.
It did look like they were having fun.
I hope so.
Yeah. We walked by like 10. They looked like they were having a barbecue.
Yeah, it did.
They're
laughing
out,
and
listening to music.
Cool. I think they're really
oh,
having
cool.
a good time.
It seems like the people at the fair are having more fun than you are. The people that work there, they know all the secrets. They're on break. They're having a good time.
Yeah. I know how I could make an extra $100,000 a year there.
Really?
Yeah, I could put some shade there somewhere. Hey, look, I just got this beautiful food. Where can I sit? No seats. Sorry. Eat it standing. I'm just saying. How about a tent, maybe? A little bit of shade.
Yeah.
The fair, the state fair is not living up to his standards.
He's right.
It's too outdoorsy.
The dining,
No.
the dining decorum at the state fair is out the window.
All I want is a couple chairs and a tent.
for you and for
everybody.
About every 100 feet, just for you.
I think for every person holding food.
Wait, you said that they can make. Are you going to charge people for shade? Is that your plan in this?
Yep, make a lot of money. I would have gladly paid $10 to have a place to sit to eat that giant chicken leg.
Look at that person.
I'm sorry, turkey leg.
He's using a fried Reese's peanut butter cup fork for his loaded tots. How embarrassing.
Whatever you think is best.
From the outside in, hillbilly.
No wonder you have to wear, you have to drive one of those rascals, fat ass.
Not a soup spoon.
By the way, you can rent those rascals. I came so close to getting one just for the video of me with a turkey leg in my mouth.
That is good.
Holding a milkshake, zooming down the main drag. Hi, I'm too fat to walk.
Hey, you know what would be cool? Going out to the Indiana State Fair and listening to your Raycon earbuds while you're on the ride. Wouldn't that be fun? A soundtrack to the fair. Right?
And they've got that noise canceling, which you're going to need.
That's exactly
You can
right.
listen to Love Roller Coaster while...
Yeah.
Roller coaster. Yeah. Say what? Active noise cancellation with the new, redone, updated, unbelievably technological, is that a word? Multi-point connectivity. Let you pair two devices at once. Plus, Raycons has the quick charge function. 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery. And the ergonomic design will fit every ear ever made, along with those optimized gel tips for a cozy custom fit. And brand new vibrant colors like blush violet, forest green, royal blue, classic black. And Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guarantee. So go to buyraycon.com/Tom today and get 20 to 40% off site-wide. You'll get up to 40% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Check it out. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
And they won't fall out of your ears. Sound great, cost half as much. What more can we say? Coming up, we have, is it the end of pumpkin spice? We have also coming up, interestingly enough, NASA, two different stories about NASA, one of them involving, of all things, roller coasters.
And I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. We'll have a report from someone who had a car accident while they were listening to our show yesterday.
Oh, my.
Are they
They're okay.
Are they okay?
Everybody's fine, yes.
Okay.
Except the car.
I hope it wasn't one of my jokes that failed.
You know
Just
what?
drove into a tree.
You know what caused it?
What?
Gum and the seat adjustment.
Silent killer.
Do you remember the
The
time?
silent killer.
Do you remember the time we announced a winner's name and they had to call within, I forget how it worked.
yeah, he
They had to call
rushed
within 9 minutes and he literally ran into a tree.
Yep.
He was so excited.
Yep.
But it was worth it. He got to go to Florida. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, well, this will help.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Hey, Kenny, how are you?
Hey, Shooter, we just landed. I'm in ATL. Just got in from ORD through DF Dub. I had to call you guys. You got the new Barstool guys in there, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, Pat McAfee, Todd McComas are here, yeah.
I know. Listen, Pat, heard you walked away from some major coin guy. I love it. Power move. Way to blow up the flow chart, Shooter. Now, get this. Our CFO, Holbeck, he was the GM of SmearCorps. His brother, not the one who ran Lucom into the ground. No, the older brother goes by Merck. He was pulling almost 40 G's on straight commission, and one day, just like you, up and said, my work's done here. Didn't even give the standard 2 weeks notice, and word has it he's making twice that much now with the remote-controlled chip clip people. So almost exactly like your deal. Dot to dot to dot to. Hey, Stud, I was going to ask you. Hang on, I got to take
Yeah.
this. Get Tarmac. Hey, Shooter, we just landed.
No, we're still here.
No,
What about me?
Through RD. Not much. I'm just on hold right now with that idiot punter that walked away from like half a minute.
Wait a minute.
You're not on hold.
Yeah, that one.
Just a
I
minute.
can hear you.
I'm going to pitch him, but I just want to wait to make sure this isn't some sort of publicity stunt. No, the focus group loved it. It's a spin-off idea. The sports fan that eats too much cheese and ODs on the ultimate nachos every Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah, we love it. It's called Bar Stool Softener. Well, yeah, the logo's the same, but our bar stool, zoom in. You'll notice the legs are a little, see that? The legs are all tapered, all four.
Sure. Is he going to reset his? Because
I
he's
always
talking to
say
somebody else.
the money's in the detail, Mike. Listen, I got to take this. Hey, Pat, love the ballsy move, guy.
Hold on, Kenny.
Let's reload for next week. I got bored now before all these Zone 4 peasants get in my way. I told you from Phoenix, we just landed.
Okay,
Let's
thanks.
move, Shooter.
All right, buddy.
Very helpful. Joining us in the studio now, we have Dr. David Wolf, astronaut. And
he and Kirsty are making out, evidently.
Welcome back to Earth, sir.
Uh-huh. Oh, there
David, how are you?
Thank you.
Dr. Wolf is wearing a NASA golf shirt. Very cool.
Of course he is.
Ah, you can get those at gift shop, Tom. That's no big thing.
Dr. Wolf, it's a great pleasure to see you, and glad you're back.
The Wolf Man.
Thank you, Tom. It's nice to be back on Earth.
So,
yeah, what'd you do on your summer vacation? Oh, really? You out of space, huh?
You win.
Yeah, that is kind of a. You do have that kind of conversation trumper. Well, we got back from the vineyard. What'd you do, Dr. Wolf? I was in outer space.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Took a few spacewalks. Added a piece or two to the International Space Station.
You added a whole porch, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did some maintenance on the port solar array wing. Needed some new batteries.
Oh, there you go. Now, if you go to our website.
Why do you need a porch in space?
Well,
where are you going to sit?
Two of the guys.
Where are you going to sit and rock the next Big Bang?
Two of the guys smoke. So
yeah, you got to go outside. Hey! Don't light up in the space station. Get out there on the smoking porch.
This is why Bob's not an astronaut.
This is why David comes in here, so we can't make fun of
You can't smoke in space. I was thinking about that this morning.
Of course not.
Why we're not astronauts.
Could possibly, theoretically, couldn't they, an astronaut who smokes, couldn't they fill his helmet up with smoke so he could smoke?
I think it could. There probably is some technology which would permit.
There you go.
Yeah, but it still can't escape from the suit.
On a serious note,
And your clothes would really
you guys
smell.
are NASA launching again probably tomorrow.
Yes, I haven't heard this morning. We were on time as of last evening. Still, things going
the
well.
concern is that there's some thunderstorms may come in and delay the fueling.
Summer in Florida, it's tough to get off the pad, as we demonstrated.
you know.
Yeah, you did.
That was actually my first question. I wanted to know.
You have to get dressed each and every one of those times. How long does it take to get into the suit and everything ready for
It's
launch?
a pretty big ordeal. It takes 3 or 4 hours, from getting up and then out to the pad, and it's 2 million pounds of cryogenic oxygen and hydrogen. You get up on top of that, the countdown goes, and then it's a few hours to get out. It's a big deal, but it's harder on the cooks and the friends and the family. We go to work whether we go to space or go to Earth,
right?
But everyone else has traveled and they want to see a launch, and it's a lot of trouble to turn around.
Our guest is Dr. David Wolf, astronaut. If you go to our website on the left side, you'll see a photograph of Dr. Wolf. Did you take this one? Were you holding your hand out?
It's a long arm.
Is this you with your arm, or one of your buddies take care?
Nobody up there want to take a picture of you, Dave?
It looks like you're
big. No, that's somebody shooting through the hatch when I'm getting ready to go out on a spacewalk. I'm in vacuum in there, ready to go out.
Okay.
And
if you click
through the window,
if you click there, we have a sort of a whole set of photos there, and you can see Dr. Wolf floating around in space. We'll talk about some of these when we come back.
I'm curious, how long does it take you to get into the spacesuit that you're going to use to do a walk?
The suit, you spend the day before checking it out, like a spacecraft itself. The next morning, you spend 2 or 3 hours getting in before you get out through the hatch. About 3 hours.
Wow.
Don't you have a series of mirrors in your passenger car here at home where you can drive laying on your back? Isn't that just to make you feel
more comfortable upside down?
Wow.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Hello?
Hey, it's Tiger.
Oh, hey, Tiger. What's going on, man?
I need you to do me a huge favor.
Yeah, sure thing, man. What do you need?
Can you please take your name off your phone? My wife went through my phone and maybe call me.
What? Oh.
So if you can, please take your name off that.
Are you me? She knows about us? Oh, man, this is bad. This is really bad.
Just have it as a number.
Oh, boy.
She hasn't seen the photos yet. Tiger. You still love me, right?
Okay, you gotta do this for me.
Please tell me you still love me. Tiger? Tiger? Hello? Hello?
Welcome back. to the professional radio presentation that is the Bob and Tom Show.
Wow.
Quality is job one.
I think that's taken.
Well, not one.
Job 2 is handled by Dude Wipes, and you're at the Dude Wipes Sports Desk, Chick McGee.
Dude Wipes, are you still using TP? Dump your roll because wet cleans better than dry. That's just good science. Try Dude Wipes for the best clean, pants down. Hello, Josh Arnold. What do you have for me?
Well, I'd like you to know that if you're in the market for real diamonds, and why wouldn't you be? Buy them from a real jeweler you can trust. Steven Singer Jewelers, with no phony sales or pricing games. Just the perfect price every day, my friends. Visit IHateStevenSinger.com, and that's Steven with a V.
Oh,
not a PH.
There's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee with a letter, and here's Tom.
But he has a PhD in
diamonds,
loving dogs.
Oh,
and in diamonds too. Yeah.
They have dog stuff, though. They have
They do really have really
nice
cool.
collars.
Yeah. Not for dogs necessarily, but to celebrate your pet.
Dear Bob and Tom.
Check.
No, I don't think you made it clear. To celebrate your pet.
Okay.
It's not like a tennis bracelet.
Good for them.
For a schnauzer.
Yeah. Well, there are some who would buy that.
Could you imagine when we're at my dad's house, all the dogs have diamond jewelry on?
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yes, we're doing very well.
Yes.
He keeps biting it off of his paw.
Dear Bob and Tom, my name is Reese. They call me the peanut butter cup.
Yeah, they do.
Reese the Fleece.
I'm skeptical. I made that peanut butter cup part up. Have you ever wondered if the music keeps playing when you total your car in an accident? Reese begins. Well, I can't say for sure about music, but I can say that the Bob and Tom audio continues if you total your car.
Oh, wow.
I totaled mine yesterday and came...
Congratulations.
Wow, that's quite a fetish.
Wow. I tell you what.
Wasn't there a movie about that?
Wasn't that World According to Garp?
Let me begin.
Well, there was that, too.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
What a great movie.
I agree.
What?
When I totaled my car yesterday and came to a short time later, the episode of Bob and Tom I was listening to was still playing. And I woke up to the conversation in mid-topic about how kinky are you? As crappy as my situation was, thanks for making it a little less depressing by giving me something funny to wake up to.
Aw.
That is from Reese in a far-off land called Kokomo, Indiana.
Is he okay, I gather?
I'm alive and well, just sore as hell.
All right.
And I need to find a new vehicle somewhere. Tom, will you buy me a car?
So I'm fresh out.
I will.
I love it when he makes a joke and he means it.
No, I've always had a Suburban. Literally since, 92 or 3?
It's some kind of psychological thing. You don't like to sell your cars. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. You don't mind selling your cars, but you need to know where they are, and you need to see them every now and then.
Yeah, a friend of ours just had twins, and she now has my Suburban.
How about that?
There it is.
So I'm itching. I may go Tahoe, may downsize
there you go.
a couple feet.
You could always call it the hoe, too.
I'm going to go get in the hoe.
Honey, you're going to take the pickup truck, or I'll take the hoe. How's that sound?
Actionable.
Let's see. Where was I? Oh, Tom was encountered the Fat Sisters at the CVS. Oh, Tom's handyman Mike brought us more tomatoes yesterday.
Mike came back and you guys called me so I could come home early.
Have you had those tomatoes?
Get rid
They're
of them.
tomatoes. I'm not trying to be rude to Mike. They're good tomatoes.
They're not good. They're great.
Christy Lee made the announcement.
Wait a minute. You're cutting off tomato talk?
You cut off me from talking about tomato talk.
I thought you guys, to be honest, I sensed you guys were going to start fighting. So I moved on. Maybe you should have me come over to the house while you guys try to get, father-son it up, and I could help.
Yeah, like a referee.
I'm just.
Oh, you make me cry. Hey, did you see this new program? It's called The Bear. Some people say it's a comedy. I think it's just as much a drama.
They have jumped the shark. Don't bring that up because I watched it last night. Those tight shots make me claustrophobic. I can't hardly watch. Have you seen season 2?
I gave up on The Bear.
Season 1 was pretty good.
Season 1 was great.
I used to work in a restaurant. It was very accurate. I got sick of Carmi grabbing his hair and smoking.
Well, now there's nothing in the restaurant. It's all everybody's face right here.
Okay, great.
He got sick of his hair, Josh. What were we talking about? about on the way over to the fair yesterday in the car. How preoccupied Tom is with
hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard to argue about the existence of God when Ted Kaczynski had a great head of hair that he didn't take care of.
This is the exact point you made.
Yes.
God talks about the Unabomber. And how much hair he has.
See, we got off
And how
tomato
there's no
talk.
justice in the
Unbelievable.
world.
He's never used the conditioner.
I don't have to come in at all. I could just I could program the AI guy to be here.
Look what great hair Drew Hastings has, and he's a lunatic. See what I'm talking about, Josh?
You guys, I don't know if we know exactly how much he lost. I have a bunch of old pictures of my dad. I was showing them to a friend the other day, and she goes, "Oh my, he looks so handsome with that hair."
Oh, yeah.
Why would you say that?
She was just blown away. It's that picture of you in New York City on the boat. You can see Manhattan in the back.
Oh, God.
It's blowing.
And he had, right before that picture was taken, he took his hands and flipped his hair back and said, "Don't hassle me, man."
See, I was telling Chick that I don't really care.
I don't hear you being preoccupied.
Oh, I don't care now. I'm just talking about the existence of God, and you guys are talking about something completely mundane.
No matter
except for tomatoes, that proves that God. Taste those tomatoes, you go, God exists.
Why don't you just get a wig to wear?
Yes.
No, I'm cool. I'll get it.
No, you're not.
Good baby.
They've come a long way.
No, there's no way.
First off, you're not cool. And second, you absolutely should get a series of wigs.
Yeah.
If you don't like Monday, Tuesday's a little different. Wednesday can be a little
It's
different.
like Marv Albert looks like he has one that's shaggy. He needs a haircut.
Chick and I were aware of a certain sportscaster locally that we found out had a series of toupees. Yeah. So folks in the audience would, hey, I tell you what, Don needs a haircut.
Yeah.
And come back for the Monday
Hey,
show.
you're gonna do it. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Why not?
Do it, yeah.
But my point was, those tomatoes are delicious. Thank you, Mike.
Yes, they are.
We're coming right back with some sporting news from the Dude Wipes Sports Desk. Also, we've got some great stuff coming up today, but a little bit of sad news.
Huh?
Yeah. Especially if you're a cookie
Mike, the tomato guy died?
No, he did.
What a bummer.
Well,
God, don't say that.
Well, just as long as somebody
I'll say
makes
it every day.
there's
makes,
one handyman that's not going to do anything at
I
Josh's
don't
house.
want anybody making cookies dying. I know.
All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Maria, were you a temp?
I was a temp for a long time, about 7 years, and I was like how they make every job sound like, so crazy,
we do things a little differently around here. We're a bit of a nut house. Hold on your hat. It's going to be a wild ride.
but it never is. I trained people in at offices, so I was like, oh, the fax machine's a little tricky. Yeah, you got to dial 9 to get out. No, a lot of people try to use the fax machine. They go, oh, it's not working. I said, did you dial 9? Once a week, Rajiv. No, every day we get bagels in the kitchen. There was week. Rajiv made some mini muffins. That's on a Monday. Guess what that's called? Mini Muffin Monday. I wish offices would be as crazy as they always promise. You get trained in, be like,
take me out of your pocket. Hi, I'm Zakynthos, the talking rabbit. I'm in charge of the volcano. Don't worry. You'll be working for Thor. He's always scrabbling through the recycling looking for quartz. He's a dwarf. Nude. Anywho, lunch is from 12 to 1, but there is a wrinkle in time, so just try to get back any time for the quickening. Your flippers, your barbecue tongs. If you have any questions, go back to the 5th dimension. I'll be sitting there on my lily pad. My only question is, when do I start?
Yeah.
It's a good job.
Wow.
Man.
I love that. Dial 9 for the fax machine. Remember that. Everybody's crazy. No, they're not. Okay. Thank you. Maria Bamford is with us. Wow, that's brilliant. That's very, very funny.
Did you ever work in an office, Tom? I don't think you have you?
Worked in a restaurant, right?
No. It's an interesting experience. Bob, did you ever work in an office?
Oh, yeah. I did a little.
I have issues with authority, you might have.
I know. That's why I was asking. You know what struck me is it's so quiet.
What, in an office?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, you're still, that's if people are actually doing work. Yeah.
And I had to work at a bank once when I was at temp, and I was stunned at how quiet it was.
And people whisper, you know what the saddest place in the world is when you're the temp and it's time for office birthdays and you didn't get the email because you're not on the system yet.
Right.
And you hear the voice of your coworkers rise from the conference room, happy birthday, everybody who had their birthday in the office this month. And if you cup your Curves mug against the conference room door, you can almost hear the happy scraping of plastic fork against paper plate. And later sometimes, guys, somebody comes by your cube and says, oh, there's cake cake left. Did the temp get any cake? What's her name again? Hey, Maya. If you want any cake, there's cake left.
Nice.
Cake? Temp want cake?
Yeah.
They all want cake. Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcast. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Story out of Japan.
You started.
About a product that they sell. They're called panty scrunchies.
Right.
Here's the story. It's in Japanese, apparently. It's pantsu sushu, or shushu, S-H-U-S-H-U, which translates, according to this news account, as panty scrunchies. They're tiny panties that, when tied, they turn into scrunchies. And according to this, they're just over $6 American.
And I looked at those online, and I think I said even back a couple of weeks ago, I go, well, that's just like every other pair of thongs in my drawer. You could just make any pair of
So if you were in
panties
a pinch,
a scrunchie.
in a pinch, if you needed to have a ponytail holder,
I could grab a pair of.
and as I point out, you'd be like a slutty magician all of a sudden. Just a second, honey, I'm going to get a ponytail. You reach between your legs. Woof. Ta-da! You're the slutty magician. And
These panties are very large,
Yeah, these are bigger.
No, these are not your panties. Can
These
I see
are
them?
mine, actually.
These are yours?
Yes.
Are they?
They
have
look
you
sexy.
worn
They look
those?
good.
I have never worn those.
Well, these would fall off.
Yeah, they're
They're one size fits all.
Well, they don't
Thongs
look
come
that-
one size fits all.
They
a lot.
do?
Yeah, they do. Unfortunately.
Where do the legs go? These are confusing
That's-
me. Oh, I see. Oh, I got it.
Whoopsie.
I got
Yep.
it. There we
Never
go.
seen a pair? What's going
Not
on?
like this. Not at this angle.
Oh, I like those.
They're very nice, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they are.
They're quite comfortable, actually.
Josh, these might fit you. These are quite roomy.
Well, hey,
set yourself up for that one, pal, didn't you?
You want to try them on after I'm done putting them in
sure,
my hair?
I'm
All right.
game.
You can
You
make
can
it-
have them if
no,
you'd
you
like.
could make these into a jaunty beret.
eBay, here I
Now
go.
you're handing out panties to guests?
All guests in the Bob and Tom Show received monogram Bob and Tom.
You cannot
I do
take
have
that.
Bob and Tom. I do have a Bob and Tom thong
To
in
give you an
the
idea,
other
these are
room.
this is actually falling off my head.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Really
you didn't scrunch it.
something.
Yeah,
No,
you
you're not
didn't.
making it a scrunchie. You're making it a beret.
Look,
That's
this-
totally different.
I mean, there's room for
Seriously.
There's room for a large woman.
A four-yoker in there.
With these on. Okay, make these
They're
into a
one
scrunchie.
size fits all. I can't
Okay.
help that.
His head did kind of look like an ass cheek while it was sticking.
Here, Christy Lee now has her
my
panties back.
gosh.
They're red, kind of frilly.
Yeah, they're lace.
They're reinforced in the
red.
appropriate areas
Yeah,
where there
so-
might be,
All you do.
Okay,
is-
now Christy's making a ponytail. Christy has lovely hair. Now you're gonna have to like double that thing over like 8 times. They're
Right,
just such
that's
big
my
panties.
point. That's why the bigger ones, I mean, the smaller Japanese panties would work better.
Okay.
But you could still make this work. I
Okay,
mean,
and that's
I don't even think you would know that those were panties.
would you know?
No,
Turn around, let's
except
see.
for the smell. Except for the smell, you'd have no.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you would never know.
I said they were clean, for God's
I'm
sake.
sorry.
They've never been worn. But yeah, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
just looks like a lace, a lace scrunchie. You would
It does
never.
look nice.
Yeah.
So this is a little trick now. If you're doing the walk of shame, ladies, you can
Well, if
tie
you're
your hair back.
or if you're anticipating the walk of shame. See,
Oh,
this
so you
is-
have an extra pair of panties with you.
Yeah. See, this is thinking ahead.
So you pull your
Or if you
back.
have explosive diarrhea.
That's true as well.
There we go.
I think you're going to need a backup pair.
Usually take your panties off. before
Usually
you
women
have-
just carry them in their purse,
Okay.
but I guess you could do that.
It's kind of a cool. Good to know.
So anybody could do it.
And so she's right. Christy's right. Any panties will work.
Well, almost. I don't know if granny panties would work.
Oh,
but
true,
The
yeah,
smaller,
yeah.
the little thong ones do.
Well, good to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little. You should send that tip to Cosmo. We could send him the video. We have made a little video here of Christy putting on her panties on her
I'm
head.
sure that was very exciting.
So you need to use them as the hair tie before you use them as panties. I had it backwards.
Yes, Tom. You don't use dirty panties as
I
a
see.
hair.
Did anybody else just see Christy shake her hair out like
Yeah,
that? It was
put
pretty
that in
awesome.
slow motion.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin is here, there in the performance room.
I am indeed.
We'll get a little tune out of you this
Whatever you'd like.
A little song.
Request.
A little ditty, a bouncy
Put some
sea.
tips in.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hi.
Ace Cosby. He sneakily has that joke of the day ready to go. I'm Chick. Hello, Tom.
Hello. Let's see now, Pat. I understand that I just heard during the break over there you were talking. You're going camping.
Yeah, I'm taking my son camping to the dunes area of.
All right, I didn't know you. Nice. I didn't know you were a camping guy.
Just you and the son, huh?
Yeah, I asked him. If he wanted to do something fun, in the summer. One last thing, and his mom takes him, and he asked me to take him camping.
Do you have a tent and everything?
I'm borrowing all the stuff, yeah.
All right.
Oh, so now let me ask you something. Have you ever put the tent up?
No.
Okay, you might want to do a practice run.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I don't want to impose, but can I just come up and sit in my car and watch you?
Oh, it's going to be.
Put the tent up.
This is true love right here.
Have you ever cooked outdoors? You know how to?
Yeah, I've done that. I mean, I've grilled stuff. Yeah,
there is a guy on Instagram who his specialty is cooking outdoors, and he has all these. He cooks on a stump. It's his cutting board. He cuts on the stump, and he has this fire that he makes out of fire out in the middle of nowhere, and he's just it's a wok, and he's such a man.
I'm seeing the
so
tent
hot for him.
I'm seeing the tent stake down with suddenly realizes there are no poles, stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
we'll just use it as a blanket.
I saw. Get ready to use this phrase. I saw a hotel about 3 miles back.
I wrote a song about what I think may happen. This is all. I'm just projecting here.
Oh, good. Okay, let's hear it.
I want to have a good time, but here's how it might go. I'm sitting around a campfire, hotter than hell. Can't take a shower and I'm starting to smell. There's mosquitoes, ticks, and no AC with 98% humidity. Sleeping outdoors is not for me. This is my campfire song. I got smoke in my eyes and the fire's too high. The s'mores are flaming black, not golden brown. I'm not swimming in the lake with snapping turtles and water snakes. This is my campfire song. Like a bear out in the woods, I have to squat behind a tree. Grab for a leaf and it's poison ivy. Tent smells like stinky feet or Grateful Dead meet and greet. I prefer Netflix and Uber Eats. This is my campfire song. I don't know Kumbaya and I won't play Wonderwall. If you sing Sweet Caroline, I won't go ba, ba, ba. I'd rather play in a bar and not ruin my guitar. This is my campfire song. And like my campfire experience, it's only 2 minutes long. Let's get in the car, boy, and go to a Hampton Inn. They have a pool.
Yay! Whoa!
Very nice.
A grand slam. That was awesome, Pat. And everything in that song is going to happen.
Yep.
Pat, are you actually going to take your guitar with you camping?
Yeah, I always take it with me.
Very nice.
Do you have a? You're not going to take the good guitar.
No, I take a Rode Taylor, my baby Taylor.
You're the guy at the campfire singing a song.
Sure. Right? I never did that.
No. Pat's he can play, so that's different.
Yeah, it is different than the guy who's.
Yeah, you'll be great. And even an average good, it's so cool being by a campfire singing cool songs.
Is it?
Didn't Willie do that one?
I'd rather get hammered listening to the radio.
You love it though, right?
Yeah, Willie's great.
I would do it literally at camp.
Right, you were at
where you were supposed to.
What was your repertoire? What songs did you play at the
Appropriate. You know what, Pat?
Can I guess? Blackbird.
Blackbird for sure.
Yep.
I got trouble a lot at my Christian summer camp doing Patty G covers. I could play them all. And I could do voices in my head. That was quite popular.
Oh, I love that song.
It's but I would do Oasis, Wonderwall, Green Day, Another Turning Point of Force.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
that gets the people going.
You have to light your guitar on fire when you play that, like Billy Joe does.
Yeah, they didn't like that at camp. They hated it.
And then freak out of them and then go to rehab.
Yeah,
that was a great song, Pat.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You may want to try putting the tent up before you get there, just to make sure you got it.
What?
A dry run, yeah.
Practice in my backyard. Go put it up.
What you mean? Yeah.
No, I'm totally serious.
Yeah.
Although, much like Willie's waterbed warehouse, where you buy it here, you fill it here, you could have the tent put together here and then put it in the car and take it up to where you're going to camp.
That is a good idea.
People, if you see a car on one of our great highways with a tent on top,
bungee corded to the roof,
and a teenage boy sitting in it.
Now remember, you have to Leave the flaps up so the wind can get through.
And don't go through a drive-through on your way up there with a tent on the roof of your car.
The car takes flight.
Yeah, God, that'd be funny. Well, good luck.
Do you have a spot already? Or
Oh, yeah, he knows this one spot by the dunes up there, yeah.
Okay.
Sandy Crack. But that's not the name of the place you're going. That's how you're going to wake up. Okay.
Hey, we got a picture sent in to us from someone who's watching the Little League World Series, and I can't give this player's name. But it's, they make this a big deal. The Little League World Series is a big deal.
Yeah. Can I take a guess?
They introduce the players and all sorts of things. Yes.
Every year there's one fat kid who takes the internet by storm. Is this in relation to that?
He's kind of a chubby kid, but he's making news. He's 11 years old. He's 4'11". He plays for the Missouri team. Can you tell me what his favorite actress is, Willie?
So they'll have like a stat, like favorite food or favorite movie.
Right, and this is his favorite actress. 11 years old.
This kid is trouble.
Yeah.
His favorite actor / actress, Josh, you may know, Alexis Texas.
One of the greatest asses in all of adult cinema.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is a porno star?
Yeah.
She's retired and only OnlyFans now. But yes.
Wow. And he's 11.
Yeah.
And they didn't pick up on that when he filled up?
Or they did, and they didn't care.
Those beautiful, innocent folks.
So this kid's going to be a major leaguer.
Or have his own radio show.
Yeah, he already gets it.
Man.
That's hilarious.
Alexis has her own gravitational, I don't know.
Is this let me look her up here.
Jason found a picture of her once and put it up, and it's real. There you go, Tom.
I believe there it is.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, it's a work of art.
Did Mike bring those tomatoes in?
It does look like one of his tomatoes.
Dad, you don't have to Google it. If you go to your
No, I'd eat that.
I'm sorry.
If you go to your favorites, there's a file in there. It's called Willie's Stuff. I got a lot of things on it.
Oh, okay. Alexis Texas.
Yeah, and I don't think that's her real name.
No, what?
I believe Ace really liked her the last time we talked about it.
She knows how to work that thing.
A black guy likes a white woman with a big ass?
No.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Is she blonde?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But so she's retired from adult cinema, you say?
Yeah, I think she just is one of the top performers on
She probably
OnlyFans.
has $100 million.
I guarantee
in
she's
the Caymans.
So rich.
This is a little inside, but on this TV in here, it usually shows Pat, but sometimes our producer will throw a picture up for us.
Yeah.
And you know when you drink like orange juice and you're expecting something else and it freaks you out?
Right.
I just went from Alexis Texas to Pat a little too quick.
That is not fair to anybody.
My brain has to reset. Holy smokes.
Okay, now I'm looking at this photograph. Is that
It could accommodate
amplified with some kind of
bicycle
implant?
No, I believe she has a totally natural ass. But
it's all natural.
Now those photos are taken in such a way. Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Her butt
If you
is
were to look at footage of her, like say walking around in jeans, you'd go, "Oh, she has a big ass," but it's nothing like
what you just
that
saw.
angle is. Giving.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. As they say, I've learned this. Baby's got back. Am I correct here? I believe here's the jingle. Oh yeah! Sing that by the campfire.
When did that switch? As a nation, didn't we go from boobs to butts at some point?
Yeah.
That song, I bet, had a lot to do with
bet
it.
it
Right?
did.
Is that the
That really happened.
Kardashian factor? Maybe.
I don't know, but that was-
J Lo.
Yeah, it felt sooner than Kardashian.
J Lo had the famous. That was a big butt thing a long time ago.
I'd give some credit to Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Well, I think on this day, this exact day in 1991 was knighted. Yes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's not just a
And I understand that the Prince Charles was a quote sprung.
Yeah, that's right.
In honor of.
I've heard big ears, big, big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Good to know.
I've heard.
Now, what's coming up in sports? Or are we done?
No. We've got things to look back on. We haven't finished yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So more sports, sports, including Aaron Judge.
Here come the judge.
come the
Sorry,
judge.
I just
Can
moved
you
that.
do that a little bit more disconnected?
Here come the judge.
I just had to move that to make. I had to make room for this.
He hit another home run.
Why? We weren't.
Why?
She's right.
We were not
right to question that.
talking about that at
No, I had to move. Here come the judge, you see.
Why?
By the way,
we had a trade in the NFL.
Okay, can I do a new feature on the show?
J.J. McCarthy's hurt for the season. What?
I'd like to call this Mr. Obvious Headlines.
All righty.
I'm just going to read this headline.
All right.
I know you're going to see what. Delaware police on alert for drug use at this weekend's Fish concert. Hey, wow, that's some good police work, Muldoon.
Good work, boys.
We'll find out about that. Right now, I want to talk about my buddy Steven Singer at Steven Singer Jewelers. That's right. Everybody loves talking about Steven Singer Jewelers, except, some people don't. Hence the I Hate Steven Singer website. Because a lot of folks, maybe jewelers don't like him because he's just such a great guy. Yeah. And they're good every day. He doesn't have these phony sales. It's a Thursday only, Diamond Friday. No, every day. So you don't have to worry about your calendar. Just go online anytime you want to. No phony sales, no pricing game discounts. Steven Singer, he's also the Diamond Guy. And he's also a dog person, so we really love him. Steven Singer, he's got that famous 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If he doesn't like it or she doesn't like it, send it right back. Of course, he's also famous for his free shipping year-round. Experience the difference. Visit Steven Singer at IHateStevenSinger.com. And by the way, he's an expert in real, natural, rare, earthborn diamonds, not the ones that are made in some kind of microwave oven. Real jeweler you can trust. Steven Singer Jewelers. Bracelets, perhaps. Oh, how about that beautiful thing around your neck? Oh, that's nice. Maybe those great earrings. Find out what I'm talking about. IHateStevenSinger.com is the place to go. Maybe check out his dog, buddy. IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell him the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Coming up, we have sporting news and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This may take a while. Say, how'd it go, boss? He said he's heard worse. He says he's heard worse. He says he hears worse every morning.
Bob and Tom in the morning. Louisville's classic rock all day on 95.7 QMF. Please forgive us.
Joe DeRosa is sitting here with us right now, Joe. What else is going on in your life? What about your personal background? Big family, small background? A small family? What?
I'm in a relatively small family that I was adopted into. Yes.
Interesting.
And I know what...
You were adopted into the DeRosa family?
Yes, I was. And I know what everybody is wondering, because I always, do you ever look for your real parents?
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to know. I saw that on Maury. Did you ever try to find your real parents? No, I pretty much took the hint, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, when they abandoned me, I was like, that's probably the end of that.
Probably no sense in looking for him. Really, I got you. Okay.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of
dropping a dime on mom and dad.
A lot of gold comedy down this road.
Yeah. And now I have a very my mother was very overprotective through my whole life, and but she's very involved in my life, and she calls me almost every day, and holds me hostage on the phone for hours on end. While she's at this age where she just holds me on the phone and just asks me all these really annoying questions, and she won't let me hang up, and it just sounds like I'm having really bad phone sex for like an hour. I'm just like, yes. Oh, God. Yes! I already told you what I was wearing.
Tom, how do you have a favorite song you hate, disco?
Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. Chick's doing his office chair dance.
Yeah.
It looks like you're having a stroke.
A stroke of genius.
Thank you.
So this isn't your song again?
This isn't
No, this is Chick's song.
Can you give me the... Can you kill that? This is your favorite song, then?
Maybe I can... Yeah.
This is your favorite?
Christina Watchman, great
Favorite
scene.
disco song.
Oh, Josh is dancing now. This is. Are you reaching for the stars there? What the hell is that dance?
So if you were on the dance floor, you would not do that.
To this song, probably, because it
Really?
would mean we were at a wedding or something.
I beg your pardon? Of course he would.
Now, by we, you'd have a date and do that in front of a woman?
Of course he would.
Well, no, I don't
They're
take
serving
I typically
alcohol.
don't take dates to weddings.
You
Why
know,
not? Oh, you pick up the maid of honor.
Sure, yeah.
You know, Tom, there are only a few women who are attracted to self-important hubris. And Josh is out there on the dance floor trying to have fun. You're over in the corner pontificating about how you wouldn't have gotten the cake that they chose for their wedding. And there are only a few women going to come over. He's interesting.
That's why you're socially awkward.
That's why you've always been socially awkward.
So who would you
and
be doing
always
that
will be.
dance with?
Whoever's out there.
Really?
Your nieces, they love to dance.
Sure, they'd be
Yes.
if
Go to a
some of the
wedding.
bridesmaids.
The niece feet on your feet and dancing them around.
And let me tell you this: when I dance,
broads are a sucker for that move.
When I dance, I don't go to people. People come to me.
That's right.
So
Let's see it again. He's moving the shoulders. Now he's reaching for the stars with a grin on his face.
Aren't there enough networks now to just be the Bob and Tom network and have us on TV all the time?
We're on TV right now in the VIP cameras.
Right.
Well, we can't get all the listeners in that room, okay? That was helpful. Not at all.
Okay.
Are you sure it's not Eminence Front by the Who?
I'm checking social media now to see if anybody.
Well, sing the disco song that gets stuck in your head that you can't remember.
He only knows the
Try Rubber Band Man.
Rubber Band Man.
The Rubber Band Man. Yeah, I don't remember that.
I've had multiple people suggesting that. So.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That may be it then.
Might be.
Yeah, hopefully it is.
Now, what is the instrument doing that? Dang, 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 dang?
I don't know. It's kind of a high pitched. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Well, we'll have to explore it.
Maybe it's a rubber band.
Dean's looking for it.
Okay. Sorry.
Is it this one?
Oh.
Yeah, this is good.
This is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes Amos.
Yeah.
Amos Moses was a Cajun. He lived by himself in the swamp. They hunted alligator for living. He just knocked him in the head with a straw.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from The Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
We had a swell song about camping. There's Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk. Josh Arnold's here. Willie Griswold's here.
Hey, man.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom with our very special guest.
Well, thank you, Chick McGee, at the Dude Wipe Sports Guest.
That's right.
What did I say? Sports Guest? Sports Desk? You see, you threw me by interrupting.
Okay.
We have Frank Caliendo has joined us in the studio.
Yes.
Yay.
He's a very handsome man.
One person. Frankie C.
Hey,
What was that? My family? Hey, how you doing, Frankie? How you doing? Come on, smoke a cigar with us. I'm fine. And a Willie's here. Frank, you told me, I thought you wanted me to come down so we could tell stories about the road. Remember?
Oh.
I was kidding. No. I was kidding.
small talk.
We don't have any time for you today.
Oh.
I'll get lunch with my sisters later, I guess. I don't know.
Frank Caliendo is going to be doing a bunch of gigs with Willie, it looks like.
Yeah.
September 12th, Davenport, Iowa at the Rhythm City Casino. And then September 13th and 14th, Brookfield, Wisconsin at the Milwaukee Improv.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a mile from where I grew up.
I was going to say, that's your home court.
It is, yeah. My dad will be there with the Frank Caliendo T-shirt on.
All
right. Nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, wonderful. Who said wonderful?
I did.
Chick.
Yeah, that was
Man, I got to get him.
sarcastically correct.
I got to somehow get a Josh Arnold half-fat T-shirt to Frank's dad to wear.
I'll tell you what. I want him to wear it. I would encourage that.
There
If you guys have never met Frank's dad, I thought my dad was embarrassing. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Is that right?
I'm not being. He walks around the show before the show starts. Hey, how you doing? I'm Frank's dad.
I can't. I love that.
He signs pictures for people. Tells them he has a radio show.
And he doesn't?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No, he will wear. He'll wear old Frank Caliendo his name's Frank as well.
Mm-hmm.
His middle name is different, so he's Frank H. I'm Frank L. But they call me. I'm a junior for all practical purposes. But he walks around signing things. Frank Caliendo Sr. Pictures of me, mind you.
I love it.
It's really fun the first time for people. But if they come to multiple shows, and then he will start telling them about his ailments. I got two new knees. Want to see me run? And then he'll do like the 40-foot dash in the club. I mean, all this, you can ask Willie. That's why I brought him as a witness.
I love it. I love that.
So, was this the first impression that you, as an impressionist, as a kid, was the first one you did? Was that your dad? You do for your brother?
To pretend he wasn't there. My dad embarrassed me so much growing up. I mean, he was one of those. Like we would be at Chuck E. Cheese, and he does one voice, Donald Duck. He does it pretty well, but. He would do that, and I'm like, I'm a 10, 12-year-old kid. Probably not 12, probably 10-year-old kid. I'm like, Dad, that's a different mouse. Not Mickey Mouse, that's Chuck E. Cheese. And, so he's doing the Donald Duck voice everywhere, and it's just always was very difficult. That's part of why I have a lot of the problems that I have. It's I'm good at speaking to a group, but not good in groups. So it's
so he'll be there at the shows at the Milwaukee Improv September 13th and 14th. Is it one show a night or?
I think it's two a night. Two Friday, two Saturday. He'll be at both. Each night. He does double headers. He thinks because he was a minor league baseball player and I played baseball growing up, so he thinks it's like a sport where you go, where you're gonna. Maybe go 2 for 2, and he'll counsel me on a strikeout or something like that. Don't go through the jokes with me afterwards.
Yeah, my dad did that too.
My dad's still doing it 25 years later.
My dad would still be doing it.
Where's the shirt?
It stopped a couple of years ago.
Hey, Josh, why doesn't your dad do it now?
Oh boy,
he does. I was trying to say it the way I.
Wow. No, I got it. I understood.
Big fan of yours, by the way.
What was that?
Big fan of yours.
Oh, he was?
At my shows, he would walk around the audience and go, I'm a big fan of Frank Elliott.
Wow.
Wearing your shirt.
Wearing my shirt. Yikes. Signing pictures of me with my dad.
Yeah, cremated it one, actually.
Wow,
one step too far.
Frank's dad walked up to me after I opened for Frank last time, and he goes, "Hey, maybe you could be part of my comedy group."
What is that now?
I love everything about
it. As do I. This is so wonderful.
That's what he said Friday. And I'll admittedly, Friday I had kind of a weird set. It was like Friday early show. The crowd's like just getting back from work. I had kind of a weird set. And then Saturday, first show, not to toot my own horn, I killed it. I had a great set. And Frank walks in Saturday and he goes, "You know what? That was much better than last night."
Yes. He did. I was there. He did.
I know.
And I love the accent you give. My dad has a normal Midwestern accent, but we all do it. We all do it kind of like this. Yeah, kind of like this. What are you doing? I'm good. You're much better. You're getting better every night.
He's a made guy.
Does he still live in the house you grew up in?
Yes, he does. He refuses to leave.
Now, do you stay there when you're in town?
Oh no, no. I stay as far away from that place. It's like pulling up to the Munsters. It's what it's like.
Oh God, that's funny.
It is like there's still. I have a scar. This isn't like Harry Potter. I'm not the chosen one. There is a scar on my forehead where I tripped on a long shoelace. My shoe was untied. I stepped on the shoelace and landed into the brick next to the door. There's still blood 50, 40 some years later, nobody's wiped the blood off of that brick. It's still there, and he doesn't. No, I don't.
Hey, you see, this is my son's blood. Frank,
Frank, you want him to sign it right here? He's got some of my blood. Let me poke my finger here. You know, this is how they used to do it when I was a kid.
Does he shout out requests in the middle of your show?
No, I will say my dad's here. How come I don't got better seats? Every time it's like Jeff Dunham and Walter.
But that's got to kill. How come I don't got better?
Oh yeah, and it's not even have. It's got. Yeah. How come I don't got better seats? And I have a reply. The restraining order.
That's a good bit.
Too. Does he say stuff like, "You're not doing enough Madden"? You know, Madden. That's what that launched your career.
Cheryl.
How about some Auntie Cookie? You know, she wasn't really a cookie, right? You can use that, Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. No, it's
jokes.
really fun for a lot of people the first time.
Frank Caliendo is our guest. Speaking of cookies, why don't we just check in kind of a sad note in the world of news? Christy, you got that story?
Yes, I do. Hold on a second.
I'm nervous. I haven't heard any sad.
Well, the guy that brought us Famous Amos cookies has passed away.
Oh, boy. I knew him well.
Wally Amos was 88. He died Tuesday. Mr. Amos started Famous Amos way back in 1975 when he used a $25,000 loan from a few friends in Hollywood to open a store in L.A. that would eventually become a $12 million company by 1981.
This guy showed up on Shark Tank one year.
As an investor?
Yeah, for something else.
Oh. I've told this story before. When Tom asked who's the most famous person he met, I met Famous Amos at a park in L.A.
Oh, all right.
Famous Amos.
I'm sorry.
And then a couple weeks ago, Richard Simmons died. Famous Anus.
Boy, by all accounts, a lovely man who never angered anyone.
Trying to help people, bring some help into their lives.
I'm just glad it was a Famous Andy joke. You know?
Richard Simmons, I once saw him. I was doing a news show in New York City. I was really fat at the time, and he came up and started singing to me. You will. Yeah.
No.
Yes. And I didn't figure it out until I looked in the mirror because nobody had told me for a while. And I was like, I think he thinks I'm one of his clients. Yeah, that was. I remember him just. He grabbed my face.
Oh.
It was like a.
You remember when he was in here?
He was in here, yeah. He was very strong.
A lot of energy. A lot of energy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, helped a lot of people. So sorry, didn't mean to be mean. But
did
famous
he have a talk show? Why do I remember that?
He had a.
I know he was kind of omnipotent.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Was it something with the oldies? What was it?
Sweating to the oldies.
Yeah, that was a DVD collection.
That was his workout thing.
He probably made $500 million off that.
Enough to buy some more peppermint striped shorts.
Yeah.
They were adorable.
Oh, aren't they?
I've just been told there was a porn movie called Famous Anus.
Is that right?
Should have known.
Is that an Alexis, Texas feature? Or?
Can we have any of these responses curated in any way?
I can't help it. Some friend of mine just texted me.
That's terrific, Rob.
It wasn't Rob. Now you're going to have to apologize.
I was trying to make Rob laugh.
Okay. Let's see now. In any event, yes, sad to see Famous Amos.
He was in Hawaii. Mr. Amos had retired and was living in Hawaii. So
okay.
He had a nice life.
Oh, the roaches. Yeah.
Roaches? Oh yeah.
Hawaii's littered with
biggest small dogs over.
The recipe for Famous Amos cookies, by the way, he used real ingredients, no coloring or chemicals, and kept it as close to handmade as possible, even as his company exploded into national distribution.
I'll be honest, not my favorite cookies.
He sold them. Yeah.
They may crack the top 10, but they're not in the top 5.
Oh, I like them. I like the little ones that come in the
dry. They're dry.
Yeah, the story must have been really good because if something packaged is that famous, the original must have been incredible.
Yeah.
It's hard to package them and have them maintain. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, you like your cookies wet? What are you doing?
I like them moist.
Don't you think there was a little bit of it was hip in L.A.? Whoever invested probably maybe
oh sure
at first probably
I remember being a kid when Chips Ahoy but then Chewy Chips Ahoy came out and I mean really
changed your life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now Frank Caliendo's here with Frank. What's your favorite go-to snack?
Wow.
Now, you're quite slender now. There was a time when you were a little more of a beef cadet.
Yeah, I mean, I still eat a bunch of...
A beef cadet.
Sorry, I cut you off on that. I mean, it's true, but...
you just said you were a little chubby.
No,
there.
you're right. I'm not denying it.
Yeah, he said he was a little chubby. That's quite different from a beef cadet.
No, I think he's right. I'm sorry I cut off the punchline is more of what it was. No, that's a great...
But was there a snack food that helped assist you in the blowing up of...
And I thought the famous anus stuff was bad.
That helped you achieve the unnatural largeness.
Willie and I text back and forth. How awkward do you think your dad can make it? Really awkward.
Yeah. It's just crazy, the stuff. He's trying. Imagine if he was doing
Yeah. You're right. This is him trying to be kind.
Yeah, right.
And subtle.
I'm trying to think what it actually... Oh, you know what it would be? The brownies, they're a mix that are at this. My wife will make them.
Ghirardelli?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Ghirardelli brownies. Now, talk about moist.
Yes,
killer. Yeah,
like the triple, quadruple
chocolate with the chips.
chunk. And she puts more chocolate chips in there. Oh, you know, a beef cadet. I can feel it starting to happen here.
Beef cadet reporting for duty, sir.
I shouldn't have drank from the chocolate river. And a goose dish stoop reference.
Now, what person is the most corpulent person that you do an impression of?
Wow. Well, old school would have been Farley, the Chris Farley. I'm trying to think.
Well, how does he sound?
Well, kind of like this. Hey, nice to see you, Amos. Didn't realize you get. Here's Richard Simmons. He's over on the side of me right now. You want to talk to John Madden?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right here. I mean, we're all here, and we're just sitting around waiting for Frank to do impressions of us together.
Madden, big man.
Yeah, I mean, you think of all the people that you can think of, and then all the people that you can't think of, and between those two sets of people, I mean, I'm going to be right in there.
How tall is John Madden?
How tall was he?
Yes, yeah.
I think he was about 6'3", 6'4". When I met him, I finally met him in Dallas, and he was a monstrosity of like a mountain. Like it was like going to see Jabba the Hutt. I mean,
okay. It was a big.
He's big dude, and
Barkley's big.
Yeah. Are you just doing segues now?
Well, I'm just. I was kind of thinking of Tom's answers to Tom's question.
Okay, I was trying to think. I thought you were just going through the Rolodex.
No. Trust me, I don't want to hear these.
We have no idea.
We can go back to beef cadet if you want.
I think between the two, I'm doing great. I did park in the spot outside that said guest. Anybody realize? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of some of the fattest people, which is what people yell out at the end.
Yeah.
Like if I haven't done some impression of the people in here. No, that's what they'll say. They're like, John, how about John Candy? I'm like, you're just picking fat people. From the Goonies, do the truffle shuffle. Come on.
But now, yesterday, speaking of fat, I had the.
What are you going to say?
The deep fried Oreos at the State Fair, and it's the second time I've had them this week. They're just delicious. I mean, whoever thought of that, how we went this far. Now, did you guys have the chicken wings with peanut butter and jelly yesterday?
Oh, no, we didn't grab any.
Oh,
no, we didn't.
Also delicious.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, so if we're talking snack foods, fairs are the place to go.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
They're just delightful stuff. Now, we were about to start a sportscast, I think.
Yes, we were. That's exactly right. New York Yankees slugger Aaron Judge hit his 300th homer, reaching a milestone faster than anybody ever before in the history of the world. And Yankees beat the White Sox 10-2. But
now, is that just this season?
Everyone, fastest ever in the history of the world. Did I just say that?
Yeah.
No, Judge hit that mark in his 955th game. His 3,431st at bat.
This year?
We were going to follow that up. Yes. 3-run drive in the 8th inning. The 6-time All-Star and 2022 American League MVP. He got the mop, Tom. Drove a 3-0 up-and-in sinker. Chad Kuhl to the White Sox bullpen and left for his Major League leading 43rd homer. One of my favorite baseball names, Ralph Kiner.
Yes.
Reached 300 homers in his 1,087th game. Babe Ruth did it and his 3,831st at bat.
Now, I want to see if Mr. Caliendo is familiar with this. This may be before your time. They contend that hip hop was invented in the late 70s. This precedes that, and yet I think you'll find the
this what
the structure familiar. Did you ever hear this before?
No.
This is great. This is Pig Meat Markham, and that's from 1968.
Hip hop historians do credit that. They do give that credit.
But just a great song.
Are you playing this because Aaron Judge or because he sounds like he's fat?
No, because of Aaron Judge. I would like to say, "Here come the Judge." Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk still on the trading block. Anybody want to do anything with the name Ayuk? Anybody? Ayuk? Okay, fair enough. And a person with knowledge of the situation, the Falcons just made the playoffs. They picked up Matthew Judon from the New England Patriots. I would imagine Kostaki's very excited today. As on the other end of the spectrum, Vikings rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy will miss the entire season.
What happened to him?
After undergoing surgery on his right knee, tore his meniscus in practice. I didn't even know men had menisci. McCarthy last Wednesday to repair that torn meniscus suffered at some point during preseason debut
against the Raiders.
Oh, you're taking credit for this injury?
The opposing team gets injured, you start cheering, right?
I think Ace was doing an impression there. The Raiders. Well, you were doing, of course, the ESPN famous announcer.
Oh,
Frank,
was it Berman? Was it Chris Berman?
Was that Berman?
Chris Berman.
Back to you.
What is Frank Caliendo? What is the shortest impression that you do?
I don't know, Tom Griswold. What is the shortest? Me. I don't know. Maybe De Niro, huh? How is that?
That's a good.
Right there. Right
there you go. I like that.
Oh, wait, Pacino's very small. 4'3".
Oh, sure.
I do tiny hair.
But you mean like just a syllable?
Yeah, sorry. I don't.
The quickest impression.
Yeah, in other words, one that we can pick up immediately.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, I got about Barkley. Barkley's probably just one word, right?
Could be. That would be a word. I could get you. Knucklehead.
Yeah. See, this.
I can Chick will get this one before I even go.
See, that's great. Now, when we come back, I want you to do the fattest, shortest one together. Okay, good. I'm so sorry. I'm loving this. Frank Caliendo's here with us. I wanted to mention one other thing. December 6th and 7th, mark this in your calendar, in Harris, Michigan, at the Island Casino. It'll be Willie G. and Frank Caliendo. Once again, September 12th, Davenport, Iowa, the Rhythm City Casino Resort. And then September 13th and 14th, Brookfield, Wisconsin, at the famous Milwaukee Improv, and I understand there'll be a tour of Frank's house available for an additional $5,000.
I'm sure my dad will be running that.
You can sell tickets. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Did you get a lot of, I mean this in kind of an odd way. I would imagine you probably had a lot of guy groupies, but not like in a traditional group. You know what I mean? In other words, dudes coming up to you.
Rod McEwen.
Guys who want to party with them?
There's a reason why they call him Rod. Rod waited for us in Hawaii. We were on our way to Australia, and Rod heard we were coming to, stopping in Hawaii. He waited
at
the airport.
He missed it. Yeah, at the airport, he missed his flight to meet us because he thought we were one of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because of the bits we did. You know?
What I meant was, as Christy, in other words, you guys are like,
clean it up now.
I want to party with these guys.
Party with these guys.
I mean, I imagine that'd kind of be a
buzz.
kind of be a burden though after a while.
Oh no, we just like, I don't think so, man.
We got a lot of bits from these parties. You know, we went to one party very early in our career. I think it was in Rochester.
Yeah.
And this one guy brought he was a blues collector, and he brought his famous never heard before Lightning Hopkins disc, and he had it on the turntable. And very carefully put the needle on there, and he sat down with his eyes closed, and some party guy ripped it out, threw it on, put another record on. So we used
cool.
that one. Remember that one? That's where we got Earring My Eye from. Hey, that's my record, man.
We're doing the bit. We're having different characters read us a joke. Will you do it?
Hell yeah. Boys. Hell yeah. So you just have the ability just to write 1,000 of these?
Well, that's what I do every week on the show.
He's a real magic man, though.
All right, here we go. Bro, these are incredible. I think you've done good here. All right, here we go.
Here, grab that.
From the beautiful brain of Kostaki Kononopoulos, the longest name in comedy.
Biggest name.
Also the biggest name in comedy. It's good to be long and big, they say. So that's great news. Tom Brady really went crazy celebrating his retirement. That's right. Yeah. Heard he had a Bud Light White and half a non-organic avocado. Guy's living dangerously.
Nice.
Thank you for that opportunity. Nice. You guys are the best. Cheers to Bob and Tom. Always the Big Brain Central.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
Your earliest impressions were, of course, of your teachers at school.
Yeah, I used to do.
Can you do like Mr. Halinak for us or whatever?
It was Mr. Christensen was the he was the U.S. history teacher, and I knew nothing. He'd always send me to the map because he knew I knew nothing about any of it. He goes, "We're going to go to our resident map expert, Mr. Caliendo. Can you show us where the United States is?" I'd point to blue. Sit down, Mr. Caliendo. Sit down. That's enough. He was also the basketball coach, so I just do him. We're going to shoot free throws. We're going to run laps. We're going to shoot more free throws. Free throws. Sit down, Mr. Caliendo.
What was the first one you did that worked?
An impression?
Yeah.
Or like a
famous actor or
I mean, it was Muppets. It was Muppets first, as you could tell by the incredible Miss Piggy.
Yes.
Did I lay on you earlier? Amazing. Let's see. I would watch In Living Color. I would watch, these are things I couldn't really use in my act because they were people's characters from sketches, but like the Damon Wayans bum character that. My name is Anton. I'm a victim of society. I'm an entertainer.
Love Anton.
Yeah. He had the pickle in the jar.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I sing you a song?
Could you do Fire Marshal Bill?
Let me show you something. Let's say there's a problem. Yeah, because that was like people doing the character, so you could jump on and do those characters, which is what a lot of people do that with impressions now. They just watch other people. I've heard Kevin Pollak. I don't know if Kevin Pollak might have been the first person to say this, but I see the same thing he does. Is people unlock an impression, and then once it's unlocked, everybody can do it. So you watch the person who's figured it out, and it really has to do with cadence. With I've talked about this before, but with Barack Obama, he would talk slow at the beginning and speed up at the end. So you could always figure how many William Shatners have you heard? How many a high Christopher Walken, low in the middle? You know who it is because they all ignore punctuation. You know, so it's if you can get the cadence down, you don't even have to have the pitch. So. I'm probably not answering the question anymore, but Muppets were the first thing I did, some cartoon kind of characters and stuff like that. Stuff I wouldn't even consider really impressions, but...
Who's the hardest one to write for? Because sometimes if you have the voice, there's some impressionists, you see them and you go, boy, that's dead on, and you go, but there's no content.
I've had a Billy Crystal forever.
But I had no idea what I would even do with it. It's one of those voices that just, he doesn't do much. Sully,
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Come on, guys. We're going to go over here. It's just one of those things. But here it works. And Robert Downey Jr.'s one that I'm sure I've done that too for you, but he's the human Twitter feed. He talks in little phrases and everything's about himself. He could be giving out an Academy Award, which is supposed to be about the nominees. But it would turn it back to him like, these people deserve your applause almost as much as I do. # awesome. So he's like, do me a favor. You're doing great right now for you. That's he can insult you and be positive, backhanded compliment for everything. Chick, you do a great job sitting there doing nothing. Appreciate it. Why don't you do me a favor and text yourself?
Thank you.
Hello there, it's Ed from Ed Septic and Sewage. I'm here at this poor SOB's house. He got quoted $20,000 for a new system. I'm doing that same system for him, $500. I know what you're thinking. Ed, how can you do it so cheap? Well, first of all, this machine, stolen. That saves me a ton of money. Secondly, I'm not licensed or bonded. That saves me tens of thousands of dollars a year. So if you need a cheap septic, call me, Ed Septic. When things get hectic, call Ed Septic at the number below.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Tom, we have a special guest in the studio. Why don't you say hello?
Special in what way?
He is Bob and Tom legend.
He's handsome.
He's been coming on the show for decades.
He's 2 inches taller than he was last time I saw him.
Okay.
It's the shoes.
All right.
It's Frank Caliendo, the great impressionist comedian. Frank's going to be doing some road work along with Willie G.
Hey.
Davenport, Iowa, September 12th at the Rhythm City Casino Resort. September 13 and 14, it's Brookfield, Wisconsin at the famous Milwaukee Improv. And December 6th and 7th, Harris, Michigan at the Island Casino. I mentioned how tall he is. It's the shoes.
Yeah, I'm pushing 5'7" now, I think, with those on, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are those called again?
Hokas.
Hokas.
Yeah, they're pretty big. I mean, people
A
are
lot of
getting
people like them.
Yeah, I've never tried. Chick McGee, your thought?
I'm a classic guy. I like the classic shoes. Nike Air Force One. I don't really do any. Oh, and the Japanese shoes I buy, the MMYs or whatever. You remember these?
Oh, yeah.
They look like Converse, but they're not.
I see. That's very, very nice.
Right.
Now, we were going to head back over to the sports desk. It's not just any sports desk. It's the Dude Wipes sports desk. What's going on?
Olympics wrap up, kind of. Experts are dispelling a growing conspiracy theory, Tom, that Australian breakdancer Ray Gunn manipulated her way into the Olympics. According to an extensive article from Vox, and you know what they say, as Vox goes, so goes the Olympics. Rumors have been circulating over how Australian B-girl Ray Gunn, whose real name is Rachel Gunn, got a spot in the Paris Games following her controversial performance. Change.org petition alleges that 36-year-old and her husband manipulated the World Dance Sport Federation WDSF system to allow Ms. Gunn to judge herself in a qualifying competition. Breaking experts, however, have challenged those allegations.
So apparently it was legit. But nonetheless, it's the only thing people are talking about when it comes to breaking.
By the way, I didn't know that L.A. decided not to have breakdancing well before the Paris Olympics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It made more sense to me to have L.A. introduce breakdancing as far as Paris goes.
Although I think it may be, to Tom's points, more of an international thing. It may be. It's bigger in Japan. It's bigger elsewhere than it is.
Josh, perhaps you could go over for Frank how Tom felt about breakdancing.
Embarrassing, humiliating,
horrible,
international tragedy.
Tom was humiliated, Frank, that they had breakdancing.
Really? You know, I was a breakdancer when I was younger.
Is that right?
Really? Yeah, I've stopped recently to go into the ping pong world, but I was on a team called the Nighthawks that worked out of the YWCA in Waukesha.
Badass.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, we weren't the Waukesha Breakers, but I was only on the team for like a month before it disbanded. But I got there. I got to a demo, and I did what the people would call the windmill. I got my signature move in. I got about 3 or 4 rotations.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I was pretty good. I was the best at my school.
Nice, man.
Great school. Yeah. That's.
Do you have your own cardboard? Things like
I
that?
did linoleum and the pledge. You spray the pledge on linoleum, and I could spin at tremendous speeds.
Do you have a boom box?
I had a couple of boom boxes.
Yeah.
There's no stopping us. Yeah.
See,
Nice.
look at him. You are stunned.
No, if you
not do it right now.
Oh, yes.
There he goes.
There he goes.
I mean, jeez.
He blew his meniscus out. The background of the breakdancing is actually interesting. They were trying to bring ballroom dancing to the Olympics, and this is serious. And the Olympic Committee felt they wanted to get a little more contemporary, so instead of going back to 1900, they went to 1984.
Ballroom dancing is a beautiful sport.
But it's not a sport. Should tap dancing be in the Olympics?
You ever seen these ballroom dancing competitions? It's pretty taxing.
Yes, but it's not
very athletic.
They don't have lacrosse, but they have dancing.
I mean, the breakdancing does have a lot of the moves that are in gymnastics.
That's exactly
They're doing
what
Thomas
my husband
flares,
said, yeah.
and it's like there's some crazy stuff.
Aren't they doing slacklining in the next one? Which is like
what?
Slacklining?
Oh, that's fun.
I think that I saw this yesterday. It's like a tightrope, but
that's just walking.
And
but you jump and sit, and then you can do cartwheels on it.
I mean, if you saw whatever her name is, Ray Gunn, the fact that she legitimately got there makes it even worse.
No, I say that my only problem was she came up with this name Ray Gun, and then I found out her name was Rachel Gunn.
No, but she looked like she was doing the curly shuffle where she got down and did the spin around. For a while, I thought it was like a Make-A-Wish thing.
That was very curly.
They say this Ray Gun's going to be the Halloween costume this year.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Can't imagine it will last until October.
Yeah, I thought it was
a long way off.
I guess it can't be the Hawk to a girl. How do you do that? Trick or treat. Okay. I'm sorry.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
Yes, she is.
I say go for it.
Yeah. I think she calls her production company Minute 16, I think.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
That's right. A gamer has broken the Guinness World Records for the most gaming consoles connected to a single television.
It's a lot of splitters.
Mr.
Is that going to be in the Olympics?
Well, wait a minute. We don't know. It could just be 2.
Aren't the drone races? Are those going to be? Remember, we watched drone races one time at a sports bar.
We were like, this is the future of sports.
we had the best time in the history of the world.
Yes, it's incredible.
Cool. I do think that it'd be more legit to have video games in the Olympics.
Mr. Ibrahim El Nasser earned the record title with a total of. Anybody want to guess how many gaming consoles he had hooked up to a single television?
I'm going to say 35.
35.
52.
Frank, you want
47.
47.
I'm going to go like 9.
I'll go 40.
25.
I know the answer.
25.
I can't.
444.
I don't understand it. So
I don't understand.
So there are that many different types of consoles?
Either that or he's repeating them.
He's
got 10 NESs.
He has to be repeating.
Tell you what he doesn't have. A wife or a girlfriend.
Mr. Al Nasser played a wide variety of video games by switching to the console he needs rather than having to unplug an existing console from the TV port to plug in another.
Gosh.
His collection, which
not a wife.
includes
You're right.
Xbox. I'm very self-conscious right now because Frank thinks I came up with this stupid-ass story, and it's really you who came up with this, and you make me read it, and therefore
what is the category?
I'm the one who looks stupid.
What is the category?
Stupid world record.
Is it stupid?
Yes.
Oh, it's stupid.
Thank you.
I think you'd be shocked at the intelligence and beauty of a lot of women who game and the percentage of females who are gamers.
I understand that.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's nuts.
Or just what your expectations are at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying that your standards might go down? You get on Twitch, you go, these are...
That's OnlyFans that you're looking at.
Oh, I've been looking at the wrong thing?
You're doing some twitching while you watch it. That's the thing that I vacuum.
Are you twitching down south, if you will? When we come back, we're going to check in with Frank. We got to find out what's going on with Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, we better. Cause none of my stuff there worked on the first shots.
We'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
Here's why I like soccer now. I love to see our soccer team lose, not because I'm against them, but because I love to see the look of disappointment in all these fake bandwagon fans. I was in the airport when Landon Donovan and the boys lost. People were in the airport crying. And we're just so proud of them. We love our soccer team. Really, name 3 players.
How true?
Just say you like soccer. First of all, we shouldn't even have a soccer team. We should have soccer players, but our national team's only function should be to go to other countries and allow them to stomp us because they can't beat us in anything else. We go to every other country. We take their best athletes in all their other sports. Soccer is the only thing they still have a shot at beating us in. Why would you steal that country's joy? We still have fun. We still have porn and other things that make us happy.
A tremendous sport.
Yeah.
These other countries, all they have is that. And the last thing they want to do is lose to somebody they hate in the sport they perfect. How pissed would you be if the Lakers lost to Al-Qaeda? You understand?
Hello. My name is Alexa. Are you looking for Bob and Tom Radio? Well, it's on me. Just say, Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
I do like porn, but I'm going to ask you guys a favor. We get a lot of emails sent to the show. You can stop sending me porn clips, okay? Thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate it, but I'll be honest, I want to find my own porn, okay? T-Rex doesn't want to be fed. T-Rex wants to hunt. That's...
I'm so sorry. Wow. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, we just landed.
Where are you?
I'm in ATL, just got in from FAT through MCO. Nothing like a red eye out of Fresno to start a Friday.
Wow.
I know. Hey, Chick, I was going to update you on my fantasy league.
Okay, go, man.
You won't believe who I got going this week. Damn, hang on a second, guys.
Oh, okay.
It's my sister buzzing in on my burner Bluetooth. You've reached the voicemail of Kenneth Tarmac. If this is his burnout sister asking to borrow money she'll never repay him, press 1. Just kidding, sis. What's up, Jinbo? Really? Well, I'm sorry, but well, to be honest, I never liked that damn dog. No, when he humped my J. Crew khakis at Thanksgiving, remember? Well, what does the vet say?
Oh, my gosh.
$6 grand? I'm just saying this dog is just like your Civic. You're upside down in it. You're breaking up. Move closer to a window. How many bras did he eat? Well, Mom told you about smoking your jazz cabbage in that tiny apartment. Sounds like
oh, boy.
Yeah, well, apparently I should have become a vet because that's almost more than I make off commission as a Region 4 sales rep at Smear Corp. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm not the one who got divorced, kept the dog, and then got fired from Quiznos. I don't know, Jen. Your dog's too ugly for a GoFundMe. Well, and not to mention, just think about the pitch. Please help save a dog named Keno. Yeah, those are good odds. You know? No, next dog at least go with blackjack or craps. Hang on, Skyhag's coming over. We've already landed. What? Doesn't matter what position my tray table is in. I'm running numbers. Ma'am, are you familiar with the McCurdy Award? I know you're doing your job, but unless you also happen to be a vet or can Venmo 6 G's to my stupid sister, get the hell out of my personal workspace. By the time we're about to have a Code 7, I'll call you for Phoenix.
Boy, he has a lot going on, doesn't he?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I tell you, I am single now. This came up. We'll talk about it more later. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to stop me. It's come out. But I tell you this much right now. I am trying to talk to girls. Yeah. And I'm young. I can talk to young girls. You ever looked at a young girl? They're great. They're great. Yeah. Sure. You ever talk to one? It's like torture. It's like having a conversation with a baby, except babies don't have dumb ideas yet. It's like if my nephew all of a sudden was misinformed about politics and had dumb dog stories. It'd be like I was on a date with him. They don't even know what to say, but I'll get to the naked picture in a second. I was talking to a girl. We were at a pool, a place that has pool tables. I go, hey, do you play pool? And she goes, I had sex on a pool table once. Oh, wow. That's a weird way to say you don't play pool. I don't even know how to respond. Was it a league? What is that? How do I go to that? I'm glad I didn't ask if she played ping pong.
Yeah.
But that pictures thing.
Yeah, you got to be careful who you send naked pictures
with
to.
These young chicks, they'll send naked pictures.
Yeah.
You can do it. You don't even have to. I was just texting back and forth with a girl, and she's like, hey, I like you or whatever. Do you want to see some good pictures? Hey, yeah, semicolon, close parenthesis, I do. And then she sends a few of them, and I'm like, hey, these are hot.
Yeah.
And then she's got short hair in one and long hair in the other. They just keep them on file like W-2s. From now on, send me your boobs and today's newspaper. I want to feel special.
See them with today's headlines. Yeah.
You want to know that they're fresh.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
Willie Griswold's here.
What's up, man?
Josh Arnold.
Chick.
There. Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee at the Dude Wipe Sports Desk, and here's Tom Griswold with our special guest in the studio.
Chick, can you give me a time machine sound effect? So I'll go, it's time now for the Bob and Tom Time Machine. As we stop time, that really doesn't work.
No?
You try some.
We'll stop time.
That's not too bad. We'll go back to...
wait a minute.
How about this? 1.21 gigawatts.
That's good. That's good. Except I'm trying to introduce you, Frank.
How about this?
That's it. Okay, that's I like it. Okay,
I had one more. How about this?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm ready to go, man.
There he is.
Look at the Commandersons, man.
The Commanders.
These guys, it's like Vikings, the way they put sun at the end.
That's right.
But it's Commandersons, man.
Skull. Yeah.
I know this is radio, and if you happen to be watching the video feed, when Frank does the George W. Bush, I don't know how you do it. It's like you move your eyes and your face. It's so accurate.
It's about being. It's about becoming.
What's interesting is Willie was talking about this during the break a little while ago. Is like that's one of the impressions that I don't even have to talk during the show. I'll do a call back to Bush, and it gets maybe the biggest laugh of the whole night, just going... Whatever. It just crushes.
It's so amazing. I'm sorry, could I have the time machine sound effect now? Ready?
Josh has it. Josh?
Ladies and gentlemen, no. When I go like this with my sticks.
Yes, sir.
Then you split.
When you say with me sticks.
With me sticks.
These are my sticks.
Wait a minute. You mean
Irish drummer.
To go back in time.
No, this sounds like graduation music. This will work. It's a new... It's
back in time. No,
it's too dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, we now go back in time. The new feature of the Bob and Tom Time Machine. And now we go back to Frank Caliendo's first national television appearance. Frank.
Oh, sorry.
He farted on the air.
Frank, do
you are there.
Frank, do you remember your first national television appearance?
Yes, I think it was with the first thing that popped up that day. I think I did a Comedy Central Presents, but I think the first one I did was the Craig Kilborn show. Remember?
Yeah.
Craig Kilborn. Oh, yeah. This guy is from the Midwest, and this impression's unnecessary.
I was always a Kilborn fan.
Why didn't he just... His career just disappeared.
Some issues, yeah.
Well, he wanted to go do. He wanted to do movies and stuff. He did Old School, but that didn't really pan out. But the ego, which was great, was
right.
Great. I don't know if it was real or.
I think it was amplified a little.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta love me.
Yeah,
Kelby.
He started on ESPN.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you know him before that show?
No, I did not.
Okay,
no, I would watch him. I remember being in college watching it.
And he started the Daily Show. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. Yes.
I remember that.
He was the anchor for the Daily Show. Yeah,
and then is he still out there?
He's on Instagram. He's actually very, very funny on there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I don't know how he makes money, but
made a lot back in the day.
Yeah, that's
CBS cash.
The reason I ask is, do you remember the first impression you did on that show?
Oh, probably not. It might have been John Madden. I think I threw that out a lot early. It was probably the Madden or Robin Williams. Robin Williams might have been with it.
Well, Madden, you invented the impression of Madden. No one had done it before you.
I think there probably had been some people that did it, but nobody did it like nationally. And it was like one of those situations where nobody was doing sports impressions at the time, and there wasn't the internet, not in the way there is now.
Yeah.
I mean, I always tell people, when we were at Mad TV, this is late 90s, early 2000. Around 2000. If you wanted to get research material, you had to go to there was a young man named Dylan who worked in the research department, but it was just him. And he would have to send out for a VHS tape or something like that, or record that night. There was no way to get material. If you weren't watching it, DVRs weren't even really around at that point. And even if they were, you weren't. Now you can just go on YouTube and pull somebody up and just watch and try and. I mean, I watch some of the young people. I think there's quite a few really good impressionists out there, but the ability to just find stuff on the internet now and then work on it way more accessible, which is great for them.
Who are the other early Frank Caliendo victims?
Tony Danza. I don't know. I remember when I first went up, Johnny did Samantha, Mona. And whenever there was somebody from the old neighborhood, Tony Danza became super Italian. So it was like, Johnny did Samantha, Mona, Mrs. Rosine. Oh, yeah. He would become super Italian, right? It was like Super Mario. It's me, Mario. Yeah, that was because everybody was doing like the Reverend Jim Boss. I guess so. I was like, I'm going to do Tony Danza and also Latka Gravitz. Thank you very much. I want to do the impression for you. So I was doing like the whole cast of Taxi. And people were like, this is amazing. I'm like, I just added 2 impressions of what everybody else was doing. So there was that. There was a Robin Williams. I remember like, oh my God, who knew? And then the old school Jack Nicholson, of course. Went, we just throw it in there and see what happens.
It's the best Jack.
It just gives me so much joy to watch you do this stuff. It's so great.
The old ones are fun too, because actors were bigger. The actors acted for the screen much bigger back in the day. I mean, if you watch old school Jimmy Stewart and all the Rich Little impressions, those are big, over the top characters, but the actors were over the top. And now it's a lot brought down until the actor gets older. And then they become caricatures of themselves. Like you see Robert De Niro's, I am being myself right now. That's all I am, right? And even you watch Pacino and he's big.
Yeah.
Wow! You're supposed to be whispering here. I am!
There's so little commonality in our culture today. It's perfectly possible that you get on stage and you're doing something, and if the newer stuff, and no one knows who the hell you're doing.
And there are two audiences. I have an internet audience, and I have an audience that knows me from all the sports stuff. And that's the difference is, and we were talking about this a little bit off during the commercial break. So it used to be that you had to play very broadly and do impressions that everybody knew. Now with the internet, you can do very specific impressions, and people will pass them around. So I did like a Better Call Saul. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Only works for like people that know that show,
right?
And then they'll pass it around, but it gets completely lost in a show where people are just coming to see the John Madden. So I'll do little bits here and there, but it's definitely a different.
Yeah, I always tell the same story. When I saw you in Vegas, about a third of the crowd was clearly from Japan.
Yeah.
You're doing all this great stuff, and I remember the two that got the biggest responses were Arnold Schwarzenegger and Robin Williams.
Yeah.
But I remember when you did your Jim Rome,
ridiculous.
I always loved your Jim Rome, but unless you were at the time a sports talk listener, he had no idea who he was.
Right now, a group of people from overseas not getting any of this.
Does Jim Rome have a sense of humor? Have you done?
No, not at all.
So have you
zero, less than zero?
Have you done that for him?
No.
I was
shame.
Eyes won't even lie.
I met him once, and he was nice to me, but I'm
sure he could be fine.
Yeah,
I think he saw me. I know people that have subbed for him on his show, and they'd had me on, and they've never been asked back.
I actually had lunch with one of his people, and I said, "Have you ever heard Frank Caliendo?" I said, "I can get you a recording of Frank." He goes, No.
Yeah, please don't get me fired.
Please keep him as far away from this as possible.
I think it's hilarious. I think he should respect it and enjoy it. People who can't make fun of themselves.
It's always, you've got to be able to take a joke. And don't suck. Soccer fans. Just like when I was at the Vatican on my cell phone doing a Jim Rome impression, Rome cubed. Just brought it back. Where's the time machine? Because I was Rome in Rome in Rome.
The Frank Caliendo time machine.
You should work on an impression of Tom.
There was quite a few around here.
None of them are any good. They're all fake.
Another guy with a sense of humor.
Frank Caliendo is our guest. We're going to talk with Frank and one of Frank's friends and one of our friends, Al Jackson. Once again, I know this may not seem possible to you, Frank. Al's been trying to get me a little more street, a little more hip.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see.
Little bits at a time, I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's not working. We'll find out about that coming up. Right now, I want to talk about my buddy Steven Singer. He's a dog guy. He's got his dog buddy. He's also a great jeweler, and you can find everything about him you want to know at IHateStevenSinger.com. He's an expert in real, natural, rare, earthborn diamonds, and perhaps that sweetie of yours, he or she might like some diamonds, maybe an earring, how about a bracelet, something cool. Stuff for the boys, stuff for the girls, stuff for everybody. See what I'm talking about. Once again, visit IHateStevenSinger.com. And no phony sales. No, it's Sparkling Fridays, every 2 Fridays in leap year. No, just every day. Every day is a good day. And I'll tell you what, Christy will back me up on this. The randomness of just walking in one day and going, hey, baby, look, I got you a nice new bracelet. But what's the occasion? The occasion is I love you.
Aww.
You're going to score points.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. See what I'm talking about. And check out IHateStevenSinger.com. Of course, he's got the famous roses. The seasons are just coming up for those. But right now, it's maybe diamond time. Steven Singer, famous for the 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Also for the fast and free shipping. You order that bracelet, say, today, before 2 o'clock Eastern Time. It's out the door, on the way to you. Once again, IHateStevenSinger.com. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Coming up, comedian Al Jackson, comedian Frank Caliendo. I'll remind you that Willie G and Frank hanging out in Davenport, Iowa at the River City Casino Resort September 12th. And then September 13th and 14th, Brookfield, Wisconsin's Milwaukee Improv. And then December 6th and 7th, Harris, Michigan at the Island Casino. Get your reservations now. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
the best comedian. Tim Allen is here.
He goes, oftentimes, you hear this a lot. Yeah, oftentimes the technology they learn here at the race is translated into your family car. I went, yeah, right. This year, the Chevy's offered the Indy Celebrity, a 900 horsepower celebrity wagon. So I'm like, gosh, George, this thing's really got some pickup, doesn't it? I got to the kids to school in about 6 seconds. We're having lapping practice next week with all the other girls' PTA. She's running the Offie. I'm doing the Buick. And Betty's got the Chevy High-Tech. I pulled the trailer right out from under the boat, George. This baby's got some guts to it. Love Sears. Do you? It's the Craftsman tool department makes my nipples rock hard. She always figured we should grunt like pigs. The little primates you are. Don't speak to your mother. You grunt like the pigs you are. Ever try to take a steak away from your husband? Here, honey. We're trying to grab meat from a man while we're just like dogs. I like going through the house rewiring stuff. That's my favorite thing. One of those big tool belts. Yeah. 2 cordless Makita drills hanging low. Yeah. But you gotta know how to wear it, otherwise your butt crack shows. You ever know what I'm saying? Hey, what is that? A pencil holder over there, Bob? I'm gonna hike that up. I got some spackle. I'll figure out that butt crack. I got some DAP butt crack filler putty back here. We'll just fill that crack right in there, Bob. I got kids eating food in this kitchen. Get out of here. Go to Miner Me a Dovetail out there or something, Bob. I just cruise around my house like Bob Vila, with a bad headache. Just looking for stuff. I notice Grandma's Easy Lift chair isn't moving quite as quick as I'd like it to. So I pop down the hardware store, pick up a compressor, some hose, some coax cable. I wire that sucker up. I forget Grandma lost some weight in the years I look at it. Got the 140 pounds a little too high, isn't it, Grandma? Shot that bitch halfway across the kitchen there. Doilies following her. Sorry, Grandma. I'll dial that baby down as soon as I rewire Grandpa's hearing aid. I got a preamp on that son of a bitch.
Comedian Tim Allen. Oh, God.
Now that's manly.
Presiding over a symbolic condom roast in his Catholic church's parking lot in Waterbury, Connecticut. Yes,
I love those.
The Reverend Joseph Looney protested.
Mesquite condom roast. Very tasty.
I'd like that blackened, please. It makes it look bigger.
And they look so good at a shish kebab, too. A little pepper, a little bell pepper, condom, tomato.
What's the name of this reverend?
Oh, Reverend Joseph Looney. I'm not kidding.
No. Unbelievable. I'm Casey Kasem, and here's American Top 40. Is it just my imagination, or is my head just a bit too big for my body? And here's my wife, Karima Kasem. Show him the Top 40s, honey.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
I saw a billboard recently, too, that was kind of, it was a billboard for a hospital, and then there was a picture of a smiling woman, and the caption read, "They didn't treat me like doctors, they treated me like friends." Like, well, that's great for her. I mean, she must have really good friends.
Yeah.
Me, when I have to go to the hospital, I want my doctors to treat me like doctors. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah. To hell with my friends.
Yeah.
My friends don't know how to treat me.
Yeah.
I had sunburn once. You know what my friends did? They slapped it.
Yeah. Sure.
When I told them it hurt, they just slapped it harder and more frequently.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I want doctors who are going to properly diagnose my condition, not my friends who are going to tell me I have a fatal case of the queers.
Yeah.
I want doctors, all right?
Yeah.
Doctors who are going to bring me medicine, not beer that's been kind of peed in.
Yeah.
I want doctors who are going to provide me with
proper treatment.
What? You need new friends, pal.
Yeah, really.
What's this peeing in the beer routine?
Doctors who are going to provide me with proper treatment, not my friends who are going to shoot me with Roman candles as I struggle to get out of a hammock.
It's always funny on YouTube. Always funny.
When do you not struggle to get out of a hammock? I mean, is there an elegant way to get out of a hammock?
No, there isn't.
No.
Especially when you're being pelted with Roman candles that are lit.
You gotta love that.
You do need better friends.
Yeah.
And you're weighing in at what? About 2 1/4?
Oh, you're very generous.
Yeah,
that's very kind.
245.
245. Getting out of a hammock with Roman candles.
I'd
watch.
Yeah, I'm in.
People did.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Wow.
Don't you bottom out on a hammock?
Hey, come on. Poor Josh.
Josh, we made you sit in the green room all morning.
Isn't that considered a picnic blanket at that point?
Wow.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
You know, cows poop that way all the time.
We're here. And here's
That's why
Tom.
there's cow pies.
And we have a special guest in the studio and one on the TV.
Let's see, we got Mr. Frank Caliendo right over there. He's sitting next to Christy Lee, who's at the Silac news desk.
Hello.
And let's see, there's Chick McGee at the Dude Wipe sports desk. On the big screen, it's Two Pockets himself. It's Al Jackson.
Two Pockets.
Two Pocket.
I love that for a dad rapper, Two Pockets.
Yeah.
Because, they're saying, and Frankie fall into this category too, that hip hop has been around so long. You saw Snoop at the Olympics. He's an older gentleman. I think he's barreling towards 60. That they're saying that like Snoop and that kind of rap that we kind of grew up on is now the equivalent to dad classic rock. Like it's that far separated from current rap that it's like really there's a whole like dad genre of guys that are like 42 to 65 that listen to Run DMC, and I've interviewed those guys. They're in their 60s and late 50s. So yeah, Two Pockets. That's a dad rapper name.
I used to exclusively wear shirts with two pockets. In fact, most of the ones I did. But so when I saw that, I thought, yes, Al's becoming more like me. How weird is that?
Oh.
It's going to be our blind side.
Now you protect his blind side. You understand?
You think that's me standing back there? All right.
I want to say, Al, did you enjoy the Olympics?
I loved them.
Yeah, me too.
I have never watched as much of the Olympics as I did this year. I thought they were really good.
I thought NBC did a great job, too.
Yeah, they did a good job. I thought even the stuff people normally like, the stuff I didn't normally watch, like the sharpshooting, I don't know what it was, but just like I'm sorry if this sounds, having a woman with her hand in her pocket shooting a gun like that was very strangely attractive to me.
Is that right?
It was fantastic.
I'm sorry. She had so much swag.
Yeah.
She was just like, let me go ahead and knock these two out for you, honey. What's up? I was like, oh, my God.
And let me loosen that jar lid. Let me get that jar lid for you, baby.
Yeah. I like that.
I see. I would have assumed you would have enjoyed, say, the women's rugby. Sorry, with the scrum of ladies. I know you like to watch the ladies wrestle.
I know. I think I have graduated away from the world of women's wrestling. I think I've done a lot to support that sport. I hope one day my bus can be in the Hall of Fame as an early contributor to that. But the rugby, for everybody, I think we all got addicted to the one female rugby player that was just a beast and like throwing girls down. Did you see her?
She's great. She's got a great Instagram, too.
Josh saw her.
Funny.
What'd you say, Josh, about her?
That is a fella. Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah.
When she was running, I was like, she looked like Brett Hall in the early 90s.
Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is
Nagurski.
I want to ask Frank Caliendo, did you watch any of the Olympics, Frank?
A little bit, yeah.
Now, are there any of the announcers there that are in your sphere of?
No, not really. I mean,
Mike
Tirico, he's incredible. He does everything.
He's a really nice guy too.
Mike. But I actually asked him once. I said, "There's not much to do." He goes, "I keep it that way." And he's like, always changing things up, so you can't do me. That's how ahead of the game Mike Tirico is. By the way, hey Al, Robert Downey Jr., can I have my glasses back?
Oh yeah.
I'm actually getting my glasses out just to be on the screen with Al.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
And while you were putting your glasses on, Frank, I have to ask you because we talked about this on the show. I really, Frank and I both look like we're starting a rogue helicopter business.
That is so dead on.
It's
I just saw TC and Magnum PI there.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be down with being the black guy that just flies a helicopter while you do the dangerous stuff. I would be like, I will be right here. You go kill those 41 guys.
No, Al, are those glasses? Are those glasses prescription, Al?
No, these glasses are just old school. I would say 1983 Sands Casino. These are pit boss glasses. And I saw my grandfather, God rest his soul, in a picture in the late 80s with glasses like these, and I was like, I need to own those. My grandfather had on linen pants and a salmon button-down shirt.
Yes.
I was and loafers. I was like, he was a stylish dude.
That sounds like wardrobe from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah. It was, you know what it was? It was the kind of, remember how movie posters used to look in the 80s, Frank, where like, it was like, we're bringing the boys back, and it's like they're both leaning against a cabriolet Porsche, and it's drop top, and they both got like lean like up. We're going back, the jacket over the shoulder, like that kind of 80s look of just like, I'm a cool guy. I smoke cigs in my car with the windows rolled up. It's a different planet than like, I don't know what my kids would do if they were anywhere where somebody started smoking a cigarette. I think they would look at me like somebody just undid their belt or something.
Yeah, I just saw yesterday the statistic. It's the lowest it's ever been.
I saw a guy yesterday smoking in his car with the window up.
But I mean, the number of people, the number of Americans who smoke is at an all-time low. So
you never see it.
No,
I mean, do you remember
never.
like walking into Christy? Do you remember walking into like office like buildings, and there would be two huge like almost like art sculptures of cigarette butts?
Yes.
And like on both sides where like hundreds of people had gathered over the course of just a few days and smoked for 15 minutes and gone back in. We used to cycle that repeated.
Yeah, we had a song called "Smoking in Front of the Building" because that was such a thing 20 years ago, and now you don't see those little clubs anymore.
I can remember people smoking on airplanes. That's how old I am. They'd have the smoking section in the back of the plane.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
That sounds
Movie
awesome.
theaters used to have ashtrays in the armrest.
Yeah, it would be in the armrest, and I remember being a kid and being like, "What is this little box on the armrest?" Because I think they probably maybe got rid of the smoking at that point, but they obviously those planes were still in service, so there were the cigarettes in the armrest for a long time. But I used to, as a little kid, just sit and just be like, I would say. I always thought smoking looked cool as a little kid. I'm sorry. I know times have changed. Everybody calm down. But I really do think that towards the end of my career, when you would go to cities or you could go to a bar and smoke and drink, it is a different vibe. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but the bar is a lot more relaxed. It's a different situation than like bars now where like they have Connect 4 and Scrabble. And like, what is happening in here? What am I at? My grandparents' house? I hate this.
Al, did your grandparents or your parents smoke?
My dad smoked up until my mom got pregnant, and he quit cold turkey.
Do you remember what brand did he smoke? Do you remember?
I think he was Marlboro Reds, I think. And my grandparents were Pall Mall and Virginia Slim.
Pall Mall, those are non-filter, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Pall Mall was like old, and to the point where my grandparents stopped smoking for about the last 20 years of their life, but they used to like, old school, they're born in whatever year. So they used to have the two yellow circles where they slept in bed. Because the smoke would go straight up, and there would just be two yellow halos on the ceiling. Because remember, cigarette smoke, it just like, it's not like marijuana smoke where it's just kind of like, hey, open a window. Cigarette smoke gets in the curtains and it like sticks in the wall. It's like, it takes over your house. And that's what most places, that smell is what I associate like going to adults' houses. Back in the early 80s. That's what people smell like.
Chick, at your house, they had the separate freestanding ashtray on a stool.
About 3 feet tall, and it had a little container on the top of it where you would take that out and empty it when it became full, and then you put it right back. And I knocked that thing over about 5,000 times.
Resulting in what?
A nice beating.
I remember going to my relatives in Chicago, the Italian side, and you go downstairs for like Thanksgiving. The kitchen was always in the basement for some reason, or the second kitchen was in the basement.
Yes.
You go downstairs, and it was just smoke everywhere, and like you could not see the people. And then when smoke would finally clear, and my relatives actually looked like the dogs playing poker. That's what. It was just like a bunch of bulldogs. Just like, hey, you push it over here. Why is it so clear in here? What are we doing here?
Did you ever have to pick up a cigarette as a prop during one of your impressions?
Did I ever have to pick up
on your TV, like in a Mad TV or anything? Did they ever hand you a lit cigarette?
No, I don't think you could even do that. I don't know if there was anything. I don't even remember anything.
I always thought you could get away with it, Frank, because of artistic license. I think Doug Stanhope for a while was able to get away with smoking on stage because it's considered, I mean, now maybe a live show is different, but it's considered like performance art, so you could do it, I guess.
Yeah, the only
Ron
other one
White did that, didn't he?
The only other person on TV I can remember smoking is the Penguin with that long cigarette holder.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, Carson, they used to cut to Carson, Johnny Carson, and he'd like have a cigarette still in his hand.
Or you'd see the smoke.
And he'd be desperately putting it out as they went back to camera. Well.
I don't want to glaze over something that Frank said because it's something that is never discussed. And it's almost like you as a child therapist just unlock something. What if I just burst into tears? No, like Frank said, there was like a second kitchen downstairs.
Yeah.
The way homes were built, especially like Frank and I are from the same kind of area, Ohio, Wisconsin, there would be whole bars built into people's basements with like sinks to wash glasses.
Yes.
I mean, a bar that could sit 9 people, wood grained. There was like a whole second house downstairs.
Well, this was in Chicago. My family was in Chicago. So I mean, it was.
Yeah, my grandparents had that.
I know people now that still have that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. In newer homes, they still get it done?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was it was like a different, because I did grow up mostly in Wisconsin. We go back to Chicago. That was the old. There was an Uncle Vito. I mean, that's how Italian it was.
But there was always a basement refrigerator.
Yep. Or a garage refrigerator.
All right. Well, now we got to get to my lesson here. Once again, Frank, Al's going to try to school me, and it's usually in quiz form. Al, what have you got today in terms of street lingo?
And before we get started, Tom, I want to ask Frank, because he has teenagers, way older kids. Frank, did you know that if you're texting, like this is young kids nowadays, when they text, did you know that putting a period is like letting the person you're texting know that you're being pretty frank and not happy?
Yes, I think I've been lectured on that before.
Does that mean I'm done? Don't text me back?
That's what I thought.
No, I didn't. No.
Conversation is
over.
Yeah.
No, I just do it because that's how I was taught originally.
Right.
And but they don't. There's a lot of misspelled words on purpose. They don't care. My wife's can't take that. Al and I once compared texts back and forth between a black guy and a white guy, and he understood all mine, and he had to help me like he helps you with some of his. hit back with that. Al was like, help me. And he was there for me. Al has been there for me many times.
It was like one of those footsteps, proverb. You look down and I was carrying you, Frank. I got you.
How many times did I'll have to explain to you, I know you went A instead of ER, but no, Frank, no.
We had a 2-week seminar about the hard ER. It starts with pictures of canceled people.
Well, Al, hit me up. my man.
I got you, Tom. All right, I like this one. Tom, we'll start out with an easy one so we can let's start with a win. So, Tom, if I said that you were eating the holes out of donuts, what do I mean by that?
I like this phrase, whatever it is.
Well, I'm eating the
That's
whole.
awesome.
That means you're eating so much food that you're eating even the whole. That means you're eating too much food.
I have a feeling this has nothing to do with food.
Oh, really?
What are you thinking?
Oh, maybe is it you're kidding yourself? You're out of your mind.
No, not really, Josh. What are you thinking? I feel like you go with your instinct.
Boy, oh boy, you're eating the whole out of donuts. You're trying to do something, but there's nothing there. You're working on something that it's not going to have any. There's going to be no result.
I actually kind of like that definition better, but this is really simple. It's just that you're broke. You're eating nothing.
I love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah. So you're like, I saw Frank. He only had one shoe on. He didn't have a car. He's eating the holes out of donuts. It's just like a way to say somebody's broke. Old school.
It's like,
so Tom,
I love those
think
old
the
school.
whole world needs to hear you use that phrase in a sentence.
Wow, I was walking on the street. I saw Frank Caliendo. He had a hat in the ground trying to get tips by doing Robin Williams does John Madden. And this is really weird, but looks like he made $3. He's eating the holes out of donuts. Poor dude. But he's still slimmed down.
I would actually pay to see that show.
I love it when you give him an example, you repeat just what he said.
Yeah, I do
love
too.
that. I really love
Yeah,
that.
you repeated what he said until it got worse.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Then he made a weight joke.
Sure, of
It was a
course.
callback to earlier in
It's
the
a
show.
good weight loss program. Yeah. Okay.
Frank, what if Tom's example just got really dark and he was just okay? So I saw, I saw Frank, and after a while he pulls up and he sold some drugs and then offered me some other illegal things. I think he had killed the guy that was blood.
I had to do donuts. I was eating holes out of donuts.
Sorry,
It would have been better than what he said.
Sorry, let's
expression at the very end.
Frank, by the way, is very slender now. Looks great. Okay, sorry. Back to Al. Give me the second one, please.
Tom,
Yes.
what does the phrase "for the plot" mean?
For the plot. So it would be someone's doing something for the plot. Is it trying to make something more interesting?
You know what? I'm gonna give you a 98% on that. That's pretty much what it. I know.
Is it plot on the grave? What was it?
No, it's just more like your like for your life. So you're like, okay, I am. Christy could be like, look, I love. I love Frank. I think he's cute, and I think Josh. I think he's cute. And normally, I would make a decision, but I had to go out with both of them, for the plot. And then I decided to go. Interesting. So it's just like something you did to like, just
make the story better.
It just makes the story better.
I'll tell you what, when you add some sort of emotion to it, it changes. Like it's easier to get. I wouldn't say easier, but it makes it more obvious of what you're saying, how you say it for the plot. Like when you did that, as opposed to just saying it straight for the plot.
Right.
The way you put it, even without exact context. The way you hit the words does change it, and all of a sudden when you do it, we all go, oh.
It's really interesting because I love new and old school slang, but I also am very keen, and I listen to like. Some are like in theory, like, yes, I'm sure some corners of the internet say it, some regions say it, but some things I hear all the time like that are real phrases that people use. So like, Frank, what does the phrase "say less" mean?
I imagine you hear this a lot.
Don't talk as much. It kind of implies.
Yeah.
Oh, no, tell me more. Tell me more.
Say less.
Yeah, I mean, no, you were right there. Go ahead, Willie. I'm sorry.
It's the way that I've heard it is, man, I agree with you so much. You don't need to say anything more. If Josh is going, Willie, we got to go to this water park. They've got water slides. The girls there are hot. I go, buddy, say less. I don't need any more reasons. Let's get our floaties on and head to the water park.
That's it.
It's kind of you had me at hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Say less is the 2024 version of say no more.
Gotcha.
I like that very much. Well, thanks very much, Al Jackson. And we are going to hang out with Frank Caliendo And now, Frank, can you do the exit survey? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do something, then I'll have Frank do our exit for us in just a second. But first,
let me tell you about Raycon Everyday Earbuds. They're
Thanks, Al.
Bye, Al.
Best-selling earbuds, and now they've been upgraded, improved. I know what you're thinking. How could they improve them? Well, now with Raycon, you get active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. Plus, get a load of this, quick charge function. 10 minutes of charging your Raycon yields 90 minutes of battery. And the ergonomic, cozy gel tips fit every ear ever made. And there are brand new vibrant colors for Raycons: blush violet, forest green, royal blue, and of course, classic black. And Raycons offers a 30-day happiness guarantee. They want you to be happy. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom today to get 20 to 40% off site-wide. That's right. You'll get up to 40% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to come right back. Let's just hang out with Frank Caliendo when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
You never realize how much music affects you until you're told to sit still. Number 23 on the Billboard charts.
Once you accomplish that dream, that's when you find out if that's really who you are.
That's a life-changing feeling. As musicians, we're tapping into that whenever we can.
We're all in. There's no plan B.
Hey, now you know you never listen. Sunshine, you know you're always missing out.
Coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's
March 15th, the day the Earth stood still.
This is the most all of a sudden thing that's ever happened in my life.
You guys have to come home. What the hell's happening now?
Then it got kind of scary.
It was over everywhere.
Maybe the year or the time of the huge stadium concerts are over.
And we didn't know how long it would be.
I didn't think it would go as far as it did.
We thought it was going to be temporary.
Touring is the lifeblood of any band that wants to make a living. You have to tour, you have to play.
We're not sure when we're going to be able to play again.
It's starting to chip away at my soul.
This pandemic has impacted everybody in the music community.
Sometimes I feel like, wow, do I even belong here, you know? Just heartbreaking, man.
How are we going to get through this?
Dude, you got to call Eddie.
It's definitely tested us.
Reduced capacity make it almost impossible for a band to play.
How am I supposed to pay him?
We've been all doing other things to make a living because it's been shut down.
He ain't coming for free.
When you have something that you love and it gets taken away from you for X amount of days, weeks, months, you just appreciate it more.
We all really took this for granted.
I miss that a lot. My favorite part of my job was connecting with the crowd.
It's the whole connection with humanity that is the most powerful thing.
People need that connection with other people. It'll come back. It's just a matter of time.
It's a 20-year overnight success type of situation.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Giant because a colleague of mine, Tony Robbins, wrote Awaken the Giant Within, Bob.
Uh-huh.
And if we have time, I'd like to explain the difference between me and Tony Robbins, one of the most successful.
I'd love to know.
A couple $1 million?
Well, no, not really. You know, Tony Robbins wrote a book, as you know, called Awaken the Giant Within. Sold over 20 million copies. Right. And in this book, Christy, Mr. Robbins postulates, that means theorizes, that everyone has a giant within them just waiting to break out and do fabulous things. Well, I think that's a crock of, you know what I mean. I think if you feel you have a giant within you, you're probably constipated.
Yeah.
Yeah. My new book, Meet Me in the Middle, is an answer to Zig Ziglar's See You at the Top. See, I think we are our own worst enemy, and the sooner that people realize that in the success world, we are our own worst enemy. Our middle name should be Versus. I don't believe, and I think Chick would agree with this, success is not something we reach as a final destination. Success is like an illness, isn't it? We have bouts of success, episodes of success, and then we fall down and flounder some more. And my book shows you how to take advantage of those times you do succeed and parlay those up. And there's a reason why I'm able to drive a 1987 Cadillac Fleetwood. I have 3 cars, 2 of which are running.
Well, I watch, I'm home during the day a lot, and I have a little ritual called watching 8 hours of Law and Order in a row on cable. Because you can. Yeah. Law and Order, yes. Law and Order, yes. Law and Order, yes. Charmed, crap, it's over. But I love Law and Order because it's ripped from today's headlines. You know? It takes some news story that's going on. Then they change the names up a little bit. Then they make that the plot for the episode. The thing about Law and Order is, though, every episode has to involve a murder. And even if there's not a murder in the news story they're talking about, they just go ahead and add a murder into what happened.
Okay.
And, you know, which has got to piss off the people in the news story, because you know they're watching. Fred Thompson and Sam Waterston are hashing out the case. Now, Jack, I'm afraid you're going to have a political firestorm on your hands if you insist on prosecuting this as a first-degree murder trial. Politics is your area, not mine, Arthur. It's my job to convince a jury that the governor of New York was caught with a high-priced call girl and then murdered her. You know, Elliot Spitzer is sitting home saying, whoa, 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 I didn't murder her, all right? Everyone knows you're talking about me here. You're not fooling anyone with this Elliot Bitzer character. Yeah. You should sue Law and Order, which would be an episode of CSI New York. I don't know how that would work.
Back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here. Pat Godwin, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick. Hello, Tom. And please introduce our special guest.
He's about to do a little bit of touring. It's Frank Caliendo and with Willie G. September 12th, Davenport, Iowa's Rhythm City Casino Resort. And then September 13 and 14, it's Brookfield, Wisconsin's Milwaukee Improv. December 6th and 7th, Harris, Michigan Island Casino. It'll be Frank Caliendo and Willie G on stage. Frank, it's always a great pleasure to see you. And you're looking great.
I try real hard. By the way, all the tickets available on frankonstage.com. So you don't even have to spell Caliendo, frankonstage.com.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, right. So one of the reasons I wanted Willie to be here today, because I did request Willie to be in today. I originally worked with Willie a little bit. Where was the first time you worked with me? Milwaukee?
Yeah, maybe some guest spots in Chicago a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's right. And he did pretty well. And then the time I saw him after that, I'm like, wow, you've gotten much better, just like my dad said. And I started bringing him some different places. But now, here's the thing: is one of the things about working with somebody on the road is I always find somebody who's willing to drive a stupid amount, right? So that's part. Willie knows that's part of the deal.
Oh yeah.
I go, I think your comedy's great. I think you work for this audience and it'll be fantastic. But can you drive 4 hours?
And 5.5 hours.
5.5. Well, I'm just talking about the first part, the first leg. So that's always a thing with me because I really don't enjoy driving, although it's where I get a lot of work done. If I'm driving by myself, I'll talk to myself the whole time. You always bring up the Jim Rome. That's where I got the Jim Rome impression, was just being in the car, talking to myself, doing this over and over. So Willie's obliged, and he's been doing great. The shows have been fantastic, but the last time he drove. I made demands, and so we were in a casino in southern Illinois area, and we'd stopped to get some food because I'm doing this intermittent fasting, where I'm not eating most of the day. I try not to eat for 16 to 18 hours during the day, and then just eat in a window. But when I eat in this window, I kind of gorge. So not just kind of. I eat 2,000 calories worth for the day, maybe 3,000. So we stop at a sandwich shop. What was it? We stopped at Jimmy John's. And I know there's certain things, if I get the dressing on the sandwich, that can be an issue, having not eaten for 18 to 20 hours or whatever it is. But I also got the pickle. So I ate the pickle, and I'm like, I shouldn't eat the pickle. Something's going to happen. I can hear, we get back in the car, and my stomach starts gurgling. We're a couple hours in. And
he goes, it's one of those things where usually it's like, hey, if there's an opportunity, could you pull over?
And that's how I felt at the time. That's how I felt at the time. It was definitely, if there's an opportunity, if you see something coming along, and it looks safe. Clean, safe. Like people have used the bathroom and they've cleaned it in between. If there's an opportunity, maybe we get an exit.
And then it turned into pull over right now. No, can't. No, don't park on that side of the Starbucks. Park by the door.
Not even there yet. Then we see a sign that says next exit 35 miles. He goes, can you hold it? I go, I hope so. So I'm starting to feel the contractions are getting closer and closer.
Baby's coming.
And he doesn't know whether to laugh or hope it happens. He's just sitting there and he goes, oh no, my dad, if we had to pee when we were kids, my dad would say, I wish I could turn some water on right now.
Oh yeah, waterfalls.
So he's just milking it. So we are on our way, and he goes, he was getting seriously worried about me because I think I was changing color. I think there was the poison was starting to set in.
You were sweating.
I was sweating. He'd look over to me every once in a while, and he'd be, "Are you okay?" Like, I hope we get. Can you go faster?
Now, is this in Willie's car?
Yeah, it's Willie's car.
Oh my God!
We finally made it to a Starbucks, and I park at the first spot that I see, and he screams, "There's a spot 3 cars up! It's right by the door. Why would you park at that?"
That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You parked in the middle of the lot. And he was so worried. He was like, yeah, but I thought you need to get out as fast. But I need to get out as fast as possible, but I don't need to walk. I meant pull up alongside. And I was tightening everything that I'd worked on tightening in I was tightening abs, cheeks, everything, both sets. Everything was getting tightened. And I'm trying to get over there, and you could just hear him giggling in the back. So I get there, and it was a Starbucks, right? It was a and nobody was in either of them. And I got in. I'm not even sure if you know how safely you make sure you lock the door in? Yeah. I don't think there was anything locked. I don't know what happened, but people knew as soon as I sat down, don't come anywhere near this.
So funny. Poor barista. Oh my gosh, is that guy on Mad TV? What a great day.
Did he bait you with like, well, what would Robin Williams say about what's happening to you right now?
Oh, no, it's Joe versus the volcano. Here we go. I mean, and when I said, will you come in just so I can, because it was coming back to me. I hadn't relived that moment at all. And when I saw Willie, it all started to come back to me today. But after that drive, I would never have anybody drive me in an emergency dump.
And I, by the way, this on a side note, if I were ever made president, many of the things I would do, I would require every sign at the side of a freeway that says whatever, McDonald's, Starbucks, whatever it is, would have the mileage from the exit.
Yeah.
I hate it when you get off and you find out, it's 7 miles that way. Oh, so I'm going to go 20 minutes out of my way to get this.
We were in the middle of. I was thinking about getting in a cornfield, and if you build it,
they will dump.
I was there. Like he's like, do you need me? I'm like, I'm thinking about it. I literally was to that point where I just didn't know what was going to happen. I was so worried I was going to ruin his car. And then it was going to be a different story here. But it was just one of those moments where, this guy's the right guy. I found the one.
Good.
I found the one.
Was this one where after you were finished at Starbucks, you were good, or were there aftershocks? You know,
I was worried about it, and he was actually checking on me a bunch.
That's the job of a feature, baby.
There were little rumblings, but it wasn't that. It was good. It was horrific.
Yeah.
I mean, I got in there, and nothing was solid. I don't know what I don't know what happened. I was at the state fair. I really don't know. I mean, it was one of the worst. Like, I had this horrific feeling the whole time, but it was this element of this could be incredibly embarrassing, but what a great story this would be at the same time. And I didn't want to tip the scale, so to speak, in the great story. I knew it would be a great story, and I knew it would end up being a pretty good story this way. It would have been an incredible story.
If only you'd gotten there and it was one of the ones that required a code to get in.
I thought I had all those, everything was going through my head. I was going to be a code breaker. I was thinking Benedict Cumberbatch. I was thinking everything I could was going through my head, like, what could be the problems? Because as you get closer to that bathroom, it hits you more and more.
You know, the launch code. It's like the launch codes, as Chick says. You fired the launch codes,
and they've begun. You can't back off.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, it really was.
You've given yourself
thermonuclear war.
Yes,
Would you like to play a game? No. It was
a war games impression.
We have 10 numbers. There's no going back. It would have been, if somebody had been in that bathroom, I would have had my own coffee. It was horrific.
Thank you. Frank Caliendo is our guest. He's not going anywhere, nor are we. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
People were taking the chicken from Chick-fil-A and putting it on Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Josh, what do you say? Josh is leaving right now. Josh is leaving.
Okay, let's go.
Come on.
All right. You got the biscuits? Greatest day of my life.
This is Todd Berry.
Okay.
Once again, Todd has just established that he's not into astrology, but he's very proud.
And now I'm going to read an offbeat news item.
I can back that up. My numerologist told me that astrology is a bunch of crap.
How many times did she tell you?
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
4.
Go ahead.
This is a woman fried 8 goldfish amid fight with ex. This is in Pasadena, Texas. Authorities say a Houston area woman who was burned up at her former common-law husband fried their pet goldfish and ate some of them.
In front of
what?
Pasadena
Pasadena police say it's a civil matter and no charges will be filed. The 7 goldfish were purchased together by the couple during happier times.
Now, this sounds like it's from The Onion.
I know.
It does.
Remember when we bought the goldfish? How much in love we were.
Police spokesman Vance Mitchell says the man reported on Saturday that the woman took the goldfish from his apartment. Mitchell says the two argued earlier about some jewelry the man had given her but took back. She wanted the jewelry returned. So the natural go-to response is to eat goldfish.
Of course.
Officers who were dispatched to the woman's home arrived to find 4 fried goldfish on a plate. The woman said she already ate the other 3.
Show him.
I mean, you do eat other kind of fish. So
I guess, but jeez.
Stay away from her.
Wow. That's a kind of basic instinct. What was that?
7 goldfish.
Oh, the bunny
Fatal
rabbit.
Attraction.
Fatal Attraction.
Bunny.
Bunny rabbit.
Bunny.
Glad they didn't buy a dog.
They
bought the goldfish
together
during happier times.
Oh, yes.
7 goldfish.
When did they buy the deep fryer?
Next summer at the State Fair.
It is a nice neighborhood, but we're on the backside of the South Pasadena, so
Uh-oh.
close. So although it's nice, the crime starts just to the other side of us, and we had some police activity in our neighborhood not too long ago.
I see.
And obviously, a little scary. I'm supposed to be the defender of the home. Currently, with a vitamin D deficiency, it does take a little bit of the edge off your confidence.
Yeah.
Well, if someone breaks in your house, when your first concern is not the burglar, but did he leave the front door open so a strong wind could snap you like peanut brittle?
Sure, I understand.
But a buddy of mine, someone broke into his house, and he did not react the way he thought he was going to.
What did he do?
Well, what he did was he hid.
Oh,
And
really?
and so now he got terrified. He wants to buy a gun to defend his home, and he's never used a gun before in his life. And I was trying to convince him. I said, you don't need a gun to defend you. If you're not a gun guy, what you need is a baseball bat.
Yeah.
The baseball bat is the perfect home defense weapon because any idiot can swing a baseball bat. Because you don't have to be baseball good. You just have to be pinata good is all you have to
that's
be.
right. That's right.
As a matter of fact, the more spastic and unstable you are, the deadlier you appear to the intruder.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A gun in and of itself is a dangerous weapon. You could be handling a gun and accidentally shoot yourself, but no one has ever been cleaning a baseball bat and accidentally beat themselves to death.
True enough.
If that does happen, that's an acceptable loss. Let that man go.
Yes.
That's very true.
Now, in my fantasy of defending the home is usually I'm kicking some serious butt, and then there's usually like a catchy phrase at the end. Tag it with something. Even if the guy's got his foot on my chest, I'll look up at him and say, well, I guess that was easier than even you anticipated.
James P. Connolly. Biggerstaff. Are there a lot of
Biggerstaff is my last name.
Yeah.
It's a German name. It means probably going home alone tonight.
Do you get the porn jokes with that one?
Always.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Hey, is your middle name looking for a?
You know what? I was doing...
looking for a, that
Bob
looking for a Biggerstaff.
I wish I had a.
That wouldn't be good.
I wish
I got it.
Wish I had a.
Get this. I'm doing a show a couple weeks ago. Girl comes up to me after the show. She's like,
wow.
Hot chick. Amazing.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Play along.
Yeah. Then what happened?
She's like, Biggerstaff. She goes, that's my last name too. And she shows me her license. Right? She's like, we've got to be related. She's like, we're gonna party tonight.
Oh yeah.
And one of the other comedians is like, hey man, I think you got a shot with her. I'm like,
You're long lost.
I don't know. When the conversation starts with "we've got to be related," probably not going to end with me having sex with her.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm going to try.
Sure. Yeah, because you're a guy.
Sure. Right.
I know how these things end.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
Yeah, first cousin or not.
Yeah,
that's a myth. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, Roy Wood Jr. You are a junior, obviously.
Yes.
When you went into showbiz in the beginning, you had the option of going with Roy Wood or going with the Roy Wood Jr.
I started in '98, and that was like the back end of the Def Jam boom and the comic view boom for black comedy. So every black comic was named after food or their name was a verb. Give it up for tripping.
Tripping?
Tripping. He be tripping.
If I trip, then I'm tripping.
Give it up for Slappy. I didn't want to be that.
Wow. I'm not
Slappy Wood Jr.
I often give it up for Slappy.
Come on, Slappy Wood.
And I mean,
Slappy Wood.
Yes. So all those.
Speaking of porn names.
Not indicative of future results. Consult with your financial advisor.
The family.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show at the Silac Insurance News Desk. It's Christy Lee.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Willie Griswold is right here.
Yo.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi, chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee at the Dude Wipe Sports Desk, and here's Tom Griswold with our special guest.
We're going to have the Frank Caliendo Challenge coming up in a few minutes. Frank has no idea what it is or what I'm talking about. Oh, good. That's the way you like to do it? Oh, good. We like to keep it a surprise where embarrassment and failure is always a possibility.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Right now, we haven't really taled to Christy much. She's at the Silac News Desk.
You done over there, bro?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did we?
What do you... Yeah, I think so.
Authorities in Delaware are on the alert for drug use at this weekend's Fish concert.
That is some solid police work.
How is this a story?
Fish?
Given that the band's concerts have a reputation for widespread drug use, Dover Police Chief Thomas Johnson Jr. said officers will be vigilant throughout the event.
You don't have to call me Thomas Johnson Jr.
In addition to drug-related concerns, Chief Johnson also warned concert goers to be mindful of thieves who may try to take advantage of people not paying attention to their phones
You mean
or
stoned.
personal effects.
Tom, no, this is your pickpockets.
Yeah.
Alert for pickpockets.
See, Frank,
you were so early on this.
When the eclipse happened a few months ago,
you got your pocket picked?
No, I told people be on the alert for pickpockets, and they mocked me.
Yes, we.
Wait a second. That
It got dark for 2 minutes.
You know,
but everybody's
how many
focused.
Pockets can be picked in that,
and they're looking up. You know, there's a lot of pickpockets. You were just there in the Vatican and Rome.
Barcelona is really bad, too.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. My wife was worried about that.
Me
That's all
too.
she cared about.
Really?
She missed everything. She didn't see anything. She was just looking at our pockets.
They paranoid you about it.
Yeah, well,
Rome, it's really bad. The scams in Rome are unbelievable. People put down pictures and they try to get you to step on them. And once you step on them, then they try to make you buy them, saying that you ruined them. And they're like following you, putting them down as you walk.
What the?
Yeah.
I'm going to end up punching a Roman if I go over there.
When in Rome, right?
Did you have the lady that was all made up and dressed, and she wanted to take a selfie with you? And if you took a selfie with her, then she had her little accomplice walk around, and then they were pickpocketing you while you were
yeah, we had somebody trying. We were a mark for somebody when somebody's selling something. It was very similar to that. And then there's another thing where they bring up roses to you, and they give you a rose. It's like you're getting a rose free. And if you take the rose, then they say it's $50. No, you just gave it to them.
Not America sucks.
And then the Pope comes out with a basket and he wants money.
Hey, give me a little cash.
On a really long handle.
A little something for the effort. Let's go.
It's like the old against your will windshield cleaners.
Yeah.
That were
I don't mind
in
those.
New York City.
I don't mind those. They do a nice job. You give them a buck.
Do they? Aren't they using crumbled up editorials to clean?
And by the way, at gas
this is my urine in a newspaper.
What is it about that fluid that often really smells bad?
It's hobo piss.
Thank you.
How are they climbing up there to pee?
I don't know.
No, they got in their spritzers.
Haven't you noticed how much it stinks?
No, he's talking about the ones at the gas station.
At the gas station.
Oh, the gas
The
station.
squeegee, they have the squeegee that they got back in '64.
I see what you're saying.
It's falling apart.
Mildew and bacteria. And
It's disgusting.
lightning bug guts.
I've really been cleaning my windshield this summer. I like it. It's my favorite thing to do. You get in there while you're filling the gas up.
Oh, sure, you still do it, but they can reek.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what is about that fluid.
I'd stop drinking it.
So, why would the cops do a press release about they're looking for drugs?
That's exactly why. They're trying to cut down before it happens. They're trying to nip it in the bud.
Is marijuana legal in Delaware?
But the only concert that doesn't have marijuana probably is Celine Dion, and that probably does too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they all
Celine
do.
will get high. Oh, yeah.
Well,
no, I think she's doing whatever she can to be able to
All
keep
right.
that voice.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she's
gargling
TikTok.
with,
a little
bit of gargle.
Well, for fish, I mean, the good news is if you got it popped at a fish concert, you can make bail before they're done with the second song.
Wait a minute. What Bob family are you from? He got popped over at the fish concert.
I've been learning from Al.
Is that right?
I know all the hip terms like he's in stir in the hooskow. Thank you. That means he's in jail.
Christy?
Yes, dear.
Yeah, please, another story.
He's going rogue.
We saw a lot of sculptures in Rome, didn't we? We weren't together, but there are a lot of sculptures in Rome, and they're in the news today. Mark Zuckerberg has unveiled a massive statue of his wife, Priscilla Chan.
What?
The Meta
Okay.
CEO.
Okay, we're getting very close to stuff I do. If I had lots and lots of money.
Commissioned the 7-foot-tall statue
Oh,
from New York-based artist Daniel Arsham in an effort to honor the Roman tradition of making sculptures of your wife.
And I need a rainbow-colored elephant. Life size.
Wow, when you're super rich, I got to admit, though.
Is it beautiful? I haven't seen it.
I thought it was kind of gaudy.
The statue.
It's very odd. It's
Is it clothed?
Yes.
I can't tell because there's a giant silver dragon in front of it. It's really well done.
It sounds gorgeous.
And it's kind of a deep turquoise, dark.
Features blue skin wrapped in a flowing silver garment, according to this story.
It's really pretty cool, I have to.
She won't do Avatar cosplay with me in real life, so I had to make this.
It is that color. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Is that their house or?
I would think it's in their garden.
Didn't they buy one of the Hawaiian Islands?
You know, actually, that is her encased in some sort of blue.
Oh, it's like the Star Wars thing?
That's exactly right. Yeah, carbonite.
Carbonated.
I'm very thirsty.
You'll shut up now, won't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's also an escape rocket so he can leave the compound when the...
How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you've got billions of dollars, why not?
I can see why Ace considered it gaudy, though. It's ostentatious, that's for sure.
It's
Good
a lot.
word. Good word.
It looks like if there was a rich person in a movie, that's what they would have, just to show that they're impractical and kind of silly.
But the photograph of it that I have, she's in front of it, and she's holding a giant cup of coffee in a bathrobe like, all right, take a picture. The guy's just spent, whatever, $1 million on this statue. Maybe
women never appreciate anything.
Well, when you have $1 billion, spending $1 million isn't a big deal.
Yeah, maybe she's like, that's all you spent? Should have done so much more with this.
She didn't give it a like. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're right. That is not a flattering photo. He could have...
She could have put a little effort into it.
Yeah.
Looked a little
That is a big robe, too.
That is a big robe.
That's almost that's a half pumped up sumo costume.
He could have fallen in love with a better looking woman too. Okay, maybe that's where you should start.
I think she's kind of pretty, but I mean, I think that's really a beautiful sculpture. She doesn't look like she's real happy about it. I'm just kind of laughing at it. Maybe she would have preferred a nice purse.
He can buy a small country. Next time you want to give her a gift, buy her Guam. The
private islanders.
Guam.
Honey, I love you. Here's Puerto Rico. Something along those lines, right?
Oh.
Scientists say they've developed an AI model that can predict different diseases by analyzing the color of your tongue.
This is bold. Oh.
The proposed imaging system can reportedly spot diabetes, stroke, anemia, asthma, liver, and gallbladder conditions.
And if you've recently had a Jolly Rancher.
Oh, you can tell that?
Especially the green ones. Yeah.
That is thorough.
COVID-19 and a range of vascular as well as gastrointestinal issues with 98% accuracy.
Wow.
Researchers hope the model could one day be implemented in smartphones as a secure, efficient, user-friendly, and affordable method of diagnosing your own health issues.
Really?
Doctors everywhere going, damn it.
Well, you either have
the tongue trick.
WebMD has already made our job harder.
Google has already ruined their lives.
Right.
So wait a minute. You've either got liver disease or you just had a grape popsicle. I'm skeptical. So we'll see.
I'm sure there is something to be. I mean, that's why they have you say.
But they're not using it yet, though.
Is that why they have you say
Sure, yeah.
Look at your tongue.
They're not just perverts.
Do you have a tongue song, Pat?
No,
okay.
I had a song about the Scotsman's tongue from earlier in the week.
Scotsman's tongue.
Oh, yeah, the seagull deal.
That was
We're doing the story. Why don't you
we've
say,
already
hey,
discussed all this.
I've got a song.
No, I don't like this habit we've gotten into.
Yeah.
No. I don't like this habit of we go, hey, Pat, do you have a song? And he goes, no. And then we yell at him. Why would he be prepared? This isn't his fault.
Yes, it is.
He didn't say he had a song.
Yeah, Tom and I already talked
asked him this morning.
Yeah, we didn't have a second.
Yeah, and you guys agreed no.
There's no second
Then
song.
Christy gummed up the works. Pat, you have a song?
I overheard them talking about a tongue song.
I think
wasn't there.
since
Well,
Frank,
let's do the tongue
Frank and Billy, when we come back,
He just called me Billy.
when we come back, Frank and Willie will be entertained by the Pats. I'll set up that other tongue song.
Okay.
And then
Would you tongue kiss me while we're talking about that a possibility? Is that a possibility? And then I'll tongue kiss Josh.
No,
and then he can. Oh, okay.
And then I think
so much for team building.
We may have the Frank Caliendo challenge coming up.
Oh.
Which Frank doesn't know what it is, doesn't know what it's about, and it's
Oh, yeah, this is where he do a song and he does a bunch of impressions.
We call it a challenge.
I actually don't know anything about it either.
Okay. I guess we're not going to do that.
Why wouldn't we? We're having fun.
He's doing stuff. He's doing impressions. We don't need a challenge.
We're pals.
Just talk to him. Talk to
What
a
if Susie
person.
Quattro
We can't have him do one of his quote-unquote bits. We want to make something.
Well, he hasn't done a bit, and he's been doing okay. So
I think okay covers it.
Okay.
We'd like good.
All right.
Right now, I want to talk to you about being good, feeling good.
Oh, yeah. Looking good, Billy Ray.
Feeling good about yourself. And that's where therapy can help you, because right now we live in a world, we were just talking about Facebook and all that stuff, and people go on there and, gee, they're happier than I am. They've got more stuff than I do. Look at that boat, blah, blah, blah. But don't compare your life to theirs. Comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on you. Help yourself feeling better. That's where therapy can help out. And reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. And it can be difficult to access therapy. And BetterHelp has come up with a way to make it a lot easier. More than 35,000 therapists are participating in this program. The way it works is you fill out a questionnaire. You will be matched with a therapist. By the way, you can change therapists anytime. No additional fee. Then the therapy itself is done online. So you can do it like a Zoom call. You can do it like you're on the phone. You can do it texting back and forth. Up to you. And it's about convenience. Something that'll suit your schedule. Flexibility. That's the other key to this. See what I'm talking about by finding out the information at betterhelp.com/BT show. Add the /BT show part to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT show. betterhelp.com/BT show. Coming back with the Frank Caliendo challenge and a song about tongues. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This new game over the holidays. You might want to try it yourself. It's called Joy Whack-A-Mole. What happens? I bring up something that I'm happy about, and then she comes in and slams it down before I can ever feel too good about what's going on.
I see. Okay. All right.
I told her, Mom, my friend Amy had her baby. Oh, that's great news, honey. That's not the greatest news for the 600,000 kids in foster care, but if she wants a fresh one, everybody wants one that looks like them. Mom, I'm doing a show tonight. Oh, sweetie, I have a joke for you. Listen. A friend of mine, Quinsley, she was in foster care. She was airlifted out of the Sudan in the late 90s. She'd been bearmed and belegged by the Janjaweed, the horseback militia. She'd love to do stand-up, but she can't. And she's just a hoot. She's in a hospice situation. It's really just a matter of time. But the priest comes in and asks her, would you like us to light a candle for you in the chapel? And she says, sassy as you please, teletyping through her eyelids. Well, how many candles you got? Because so many horrible things have happened to her. And keep happening. Sweetie, have a good show. What you do is so important.
Is that Chick McGee? Why, it sure is. Chick McGee, who knows that an annuity from the folks at Silac Insurance Company means a retirement check in his mailbox every month. Chick works on perfecting his mailbox opening technique. Easy, Mr. McGee. Don't blow that elbow out. Chick isn't quite retired yet. He's just practicing for it. Because one day, Mailbox McGee will be taking his retirement the easy way. SILACINS.com. Silac Insurance Company.
She climbed up on a bus, said that I'll do just about anything that you'd want me to. I got tickets to your show from the radio. They were free. I said, you got the wrong bus. She said, I know who you are. You're that rockabilly country singing superstar. And I thought that you might like to have a little bit of company. I said, maybe 20 years ago, in a different place, in a darker room with a prettier face. But there's just way too many fish in the sea, and getting caught with a whale would be the end of me. Don't cry, this can't be the first time you've been dissed.
Oh, no.
I got brunettes and blondes and red-headed girls, and they'll be dropping by soon, rocking my world. Turn around and go, you ain't on my list. See, only the best-looking tuna gets to be star kid.
I have a bean for lunch and then a bean for dinner.
Yes, yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. No, no it's not. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. People say I got a bad break. Hey, man, what's going on? Yeah, this is so cool, man. I can't believe it. All right, all right, all right. I love the Bob and Tom Show because they represent America, the Constitution of the United States, and I live in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, so anyway, I was asking, somebody told me that you are a mayor in Hillsboro, Ohio. That's got to be really interesting. Tell me about it.
Hey, Mr. Potter. Hi, Building and Loan.
Oh, gosh, Yogi, I'm all sticky. Hello, this is Droopy Dog. Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Mr. Obvious Show. I am your host, Mr. Obvious. Let's take a call. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from The Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
I tell you, I am single now. This came up. We'll talk about it more later. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to stop me. It's come out. But I tell you this much right now. I am trying to talk to girls. Yeah. And I'm young. I can talk to young girls. You ever looked at a young girl? They're great. They're great.
Yeah. Sure.
You ever talk to one? It's like torture. It's like having a conversation with a baby, except babies don't have dumb ideas yet. It's like if my nephew all of a sudden was misinformed about politics and had dumb dog stories. It'd be like I was on a date with him. They don't even know what to say, but I'll get to the naked picture in a second. I was talking to a girl. We were at a place that has pool tables. I go, hey, do you play pool? And she goes, I had sex on a pool table once. Oh, wow. That's a weird way to say you don't play pool. I don't even know how to respond. Was it a league? What is that? How do I go to that? I'm glad I didn't ask if she played ping pong.
Yeah.
But that
Back to the Bob and Tom Show. And correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but we are joined in the studio by Frank Caliendo, and I believe it's almost time for the Frank Caliendo Challenge.
It is almost time for the Frank Caliendo Challenge.
That's exciting stuff.
But before we get to that,
yes.
And now here's the theme music for the Frank Caliendo Challenge.
Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it round, disco baby.
Do you do a Paul Lynde?
Hey, Sammy. How are you?
We actually have Mr. Lind here in studio.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. You'll be impressed by this.
Oh, hi, Paul. How are you?
Hey, Frank. How are you?
Mr. Lind, I have a question for you. Why do motorcyclists wear leather?
Because chiffon wrinkles so easy.
Thank you so much.
Is that one of Paul Lynn's real jokes?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He could never get through it. He'd been
laughing himself.
Someone asked you for a tongue song.
I did.
Okay, let's
sadly.
Lick me, baby.
No, we had
Lick
one.
me on my parts.
This does need a little bit of a setup.
Tell me how it works.
This is a news story. A guy in Scotland lost part of his tongue.
Wait a minute, you're going too fast for me. What's news again?
A guy in Scotland, check, lost part of his tongue after it was bitten off during a fight.
You can take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom. That was a clip from Braveheart.
From Braveheart?
Braveheart.
He was born on a pirate ship. You know that?
Now, to get to the point, after the tongue was bitten off, it was then flown away and eaten by a seagull. And then it goes a lot of detail. This guy's name was James McKenzie, and his friend Bethany Ryan. They had a confrontation, and it turned violent, and allegedly he approached her with a clenched fist. She, quote, kissed him on the lips, and during the course of that, bit through his tongue and spit it out.
Man, that's hot. I mean, what?
So there you go. That's the story, and then literally a seagull grabbed the tongue and flew off.
Don't mind if I do.
Now, Pat, you put this to music?
Well, they went out and they had a couple pints. They laughed and danced and drinking songs were sung. They started fighting. Out there on the street, and the fiery lass bit off the Scotsman's tongue. A seagull swooped down. Josh, that's your part. You have to repeat after me. Ready? A seagull swooped down.
Oh, it swooped down.
Took the tongue away, much to the dismay of this poor man. Now, when you go out, and this fella sings along, this is how he sounds when the song's played.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pat.
I'll defend that song all day, by the way. The original.
I love that
It's a good
song.
one.
Yeah.
Really? The Proclaimers.
You don't
Oh,
like that?
yes.
You would walk 5,000 miles?
I do not care for it.
We sang that at camp, but it was about walking to God. It was fun.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Oh, that is a great
Really?
song.
While you're playing Stinky Finger.
I'm telling you.
Walking to God.
At camp, it was just a lot of.
Yeah,
Hey, we're going to
whatever.
take a love song, make it about God, and then we'd all sing it together.
That's right.
Asprints in the sand.
Asprints.
I was while you were begging her on the beach, I was holding you.
So inappropriate.
I mean, it's
He is bad in front of company.
Company where? Oh, Frank's like our long lost puppet.
Oh my gosh, the truth. By the way, I did get this. I was handed this email earlier. Dear Bob and Tom. By the way, it's a fax from 1987. So nice to hear my favorite comedian, Frank Caliendo, on your show this morning. Please remind your friends that he is on tour. I will see him on my 60th birthday at Rhythm City Casino in Davenport, Iowa, September 12th. I'll see you there, Frank. Front row. Should be great show as long as you don't do any Gallagher impressions. Peace and love, Captain Ron, Iowa. Ron in LeClaire, Iowa.
All right.
Nice.
Ron, that's cool. But I should point this out then. Frank Caliendo, September 12th, as mentioned. Davenport, Iowa's Rhythm City Casino. Also, September 13 and 14, Brookfield, Wisconsin. That's the Milwaukee Improv. 2 shows each night. And the elder Mr. Caliendo, your dad, will be there. Yeah. Willie G, of course, part of those shows. And then also December 6 and 7, Willie G and Frank Caliendo. Harris, Michigan, Island Casino.
By the way, the Packers play the Lions on the 5th, the Thursday, the day before Willie and I are there at that casino. So it's Packers at Lions in Detroit on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday up above Green Bay in the UP. It's me and Willie at the Island Casino.
Cool.
All right.
And Godwin, you're somewhere next weekend, right?
Yeah, Louisville, the Caravan. Friday and Saturday.
That'll be cool. That's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah, great.
Now the Frank Caliendo challenge. I think did anybody give you the piece of paper?
Yeah, he just handed it to me a second.
Okay, now this is.
He handed it to me upside down. And as stupid as I wasn't sure what it was yet, thinking maybe it was part of the Frank Caliendo challenge. And I turned it over, and I was just happy to see it's one of the 5 songs I might kind of know.
Oh, all right.
No, we tried this, but the idea of this is we give Frank a song. And he can wade through it as various different people if he so chooses. And it's a classic song. Everyone knows, I think. It's the song is American Pie.
Frank, do you want to choose, or should we shout things out?
Shout things out as long as I can do them.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be something in the wheelhouse, otherwise the show goes down. But shout them out quickly. Like one time, I saw some of the. I actually have to apologize to Pat because the viral thing that was mini viral thing from last time I was on went out, and then I cut it down so it was mostly me to come from my channel, and I had a little bit of Tom in there, and then Pat was like, "Oh, the guitar player was great on that. Too bad we didn't see him." I was like, I know you were. I know 100% it was a joke from him, but I felt bad. I was like, when I was doing it, I was like, I hope nobody notices that I've cut this down to basically just be me. And then I got that from Pat. I was like, oh, everybody's going to notice what a jerk I am.
You're not a jerk.
But I just know coming from my channel, that's where I needed the setup.
People are following you. Yeah.
Yeah, I needed. Yeah, but it worked better my way.
So Josh, who should he start with?
Oh, I would recommend starting with George W. Sure.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile.
Oh, how about
Hold on for the video.
Oh, wait. Oh. How about John Madden takes it from
That music. Oh, we already did that. I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance like that Australian breakdancer did for a while. But February, Reagan. It was Reagan. I mean, Reagan is the Brett Favre breakdancer. February made me shiver.
Goldblum.
With every paper I deliver. Bad news. On the doorstep. I couldn't take. Wait a second. I'm rhyming step with step here. Ooh, take one more step. Yes, of course.
John C. Reilly?
I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something I'm way off there. Touched me deep inside. The day the music died.
Charles Barkley.
So bye, Miss American. That's a tough one right there. Go my Chevy to the levee. Ooh, that's way off on that driver was dry. And them good old boys would drink. That's wait. Give me something else. That was not hitting.
William Shatner.
Them good old boys, know what? Drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This. Try to stay with me, Pat. Will be the day that I die.
How about Morgan Freeman?
Now, for 10 years, we've been on our own. And moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be.
Nicholson.
When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean. And a voice that came from you and me.
Robin.
Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. What a great call on this one. The courtroom was adjourned, and no verdict was returned.
Ted Knight.
And while Lennon read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park. Oh, Billy. And we sang dirges in the park. Today, the music died.
How about that?
Apologies to the great Don McLean. That was Frank Caliendo. That was lovely, Frank. Thank you so much.
Lovely.
Once again, an A+ on the Frank Caliendo challenge. Oh, that was so nice. Made me feel so good. Now, once again, Frank and Willie out on the road doing some great shows in Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan. I'll give you those dates again in a couple minutes. We have time to get one more story out of Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Do you have a request?
Yes, Christy, do this as...
Actually, I do because...
I figured you did.
This
Drew
is,
Barrymore.
Catherine Hepburn.
No, this is a story that... I think Josh will lose his mind. I know this just makes me so irritated.
Oh, no.
It's about the wedding.
A couple in New York, that's exactly the story I had picked. A couple in New York defending their decision to charge guests over $300 to attend their ceremony. According to Live Now, Nova and Remo Stiles, both 30, were married at St. Patrick's Cathedral in June of 2023.
Nova
Nice.
and Remo.
Yes.
I'm already not going.
It sounds like two Pixar characters.
Yes.
Like lizards, and they got to get out of the aquarium or whatever.
And they opted for a less traditional, more intimate wedding day by traveling with their guests to sentimental landmarks around New York City, such as the courthouse, Hudson Yards, a local movie theater, and the One World Trade Center. With room for just 60 guests, the couple did not want to whittle down the list and instead came up with a $333 ticket idea.
All right.
So you got to pay him.
See, I'm a fan of this because that immediately, my invite, my RSVP immediately no. Just no.
Right.
It's an easy I'm out.
Yes.
Though the story went viral with social media users criticizing the couple, the Stileses said the ticket proceeds did not fund their wedding, but instead went to a foundation that will help couples struggling with infertility. They added that a year later, they have no regrets. By the way, that they did this. They added this later, that they had no regrets the way they did
That
it.
infertility angle sounds like quick damage.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of wondering.
Right.
But still, it's people don't want to go anyway. Do everybody a favor, elope.
Yeah, have your own day. Right. Go do those things.
You want to get in a bus and go look at their favorite movie theater? Well, there's a movie theater. That's nice. Looks like every other one I've ever seen. In New York.
Is it a party bus situation, or are they just taking the train together? What is this?
No, I think they did have a bus.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
How odd, too. Hey, this is the movie theater where we saw Bad Boys 2 on one of our first dates. Now off to the site of 9/11.
Yeah. How romantic is that?
Weirdos.
I got a handy there from her while looking at the carnage.
Like, I cry at weddings. Don't make me cry at this wedding.
Yeah, it
Does
doesn't
that
make sense.
I'm already emotional on that day.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, look, that's where they shot Home Alone 2.
No.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Now, Frank, I have been asked, and I have done some wedding ceremonies. You become the so-called officiant, and we just had another guest who just recently did that. A great comedian who was for some friends asked, now, have you ever been asked to do a wedding? I know that you do a lot of private events, if you will, as a comedian.
No, I've never been asked to do a wedding. I think that would be...
As Ronald Reagan?
I knew it was coming.
See, I mean, can you imagine?
Wait.
I'm just getting warmed up. Do you take this woman to be your wedded wife?
That's the worst Ronald Reagan I've ever heard.
It's a movie.
This would be a great scene in a movie.
If Dennis Quaid can do it, so can I.
Wouldn't it be a great scene in a movie? You got some super rich guy and he goes, I got Frank Caliendo to do the ceremony, and you come out as yourself and you do it and do the various impressions. Each element of the ceremony you do.
The Frank Caliendo wedding challenge?
And next time you're here, because I do have my wedding
Your
speech
script?
right. I got the script right here. You could do it.
Is that really? You really have that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of not a bunch. There's a handful of legal things you have to say during a wedding.
Oh, really?
During a ceremony. Yeah.
So if you say that, am I legally married to Josh, even though I'm married to someone else?
And that's bigamy, and I think it's big of all of us.
Yeah.
Do you legally have to do that love is patient, love is kind
No.
one, or is every bridesmaid just so
What about I
uncreative?
plight thee my troth? I like that part.
Yeah, I remember talking to the wedding planner, and at one point, at one of these weddings, the wedding planner, someone had suggested doing this certain poem, and the wedding planner gave me the look like, really? You again?
Oh.
You and everybody else doing that crappy poem?
That might meant something to the couple.
It wasn't mine. I tried to nix it. They dumped it.
Oh.
And it was going to be, someone had to come up and read it, and that's always oh, great. And now the 7-year-old who can't get through a sentence is going to read a poem for the next 30 minutes.
You're a joy to invite to weddings. Aren't you?
Yeah, it was great.
Just criticizing children.
Next time you're here, Frank. Next time you're here, Frank. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Sounds like a blast.
Remember that. Write this date down as the last time he was here.
I'm not done though. What if?
I'm just getting warmed up.
What if we could get an actual couple here to get married?
No. Oh. We can't do that anymore, remember?
Well, the last time we did that, yes, it ended up in court.
Okay.
Complicated story.
Yes.
Why would you want to go back to it?
Yeah.
It's almost like giving some of our listeners a chance to read along in one of our bits. Why would you do that?
Because I have a better attorney now. We'd be fine. Tell me about your home life and how things are going there,
Simply Safe is the design it yourself, install it yourself home security system. And my research about 10 years ago led me to Simply Safe. I've trusted my compound for over 10 years now, and the level of security and customer care, incredible. I sleep better every night knowing Simply Safe's 24/7 monitoring agents are standing by to protect me, and if someone tries to break in, they send emergency help when I need it most. And Simply Safe has exclusive live guard protection. This cause Simply Safe agents can talk within 5 seconds of receiving your alarm to the perpetrators inside your house. That's right. To intruders, I can't believe it. Warning that the police are on their way. And you can have the same peace of mind that I now have, and many of our listeners also have. Simply Safe offering Bob and Tom listeners 20% off the system. Just visit simplysafetom.com. Protect your home this summer, 20% off any new Simply Safe system. Sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
We're heading back here. We got some cool stuff in the world of science, history, math, and other stuff with Frank Caliendo. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and
Hello, my name is Alexa. If you have a smart speaker and what to hear, Bob and Tom Radio, just say Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn. Now, you try it.
Alexa, play Bob and Tom Radio on TuneIn.
That's the first smart thing you've said to me since you took me out of the box.
Oh, Christy, we have to head back over to the news desk.
All right.
Oh, my.
What?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, spoiler alert.
What?
It's hot as Hades where I'm at.
Really?
Swear to God.
You mean Hades?
Check local listings. Ain't that what you always say, Tom?
Yeah. Depending. It's pretty hot almost everywhere.
Stuffy dick. It's humid here, too. My sack's been permanently stuck in my left leg for the past 5 days, like a clingy koala bear on a eucalyptus tree.
That makes it sound cute.
Very cute.
Anyways, I thought I'd give you my suggestions on how to beat the heat if you got a minute.
All right.
Okay.
So here goes. Hey, sun seekers and lazy tweakers, it's time now for the top 5 ways to beat the heat with your host, Donnie Baker. Ladies first, I'll say it like this. You ladies have home field advantage on this one.
Yeah.
I call it cooling from the core. There's a reason why popsicles are shaped the way they are, Christy.
Yeah?
Think about it.
Oh,
or unless you're Angel Skinner's, popsicle ain't going to quite cut it.
No.
For her, it's going to take a 12-pack of dilly bars or a mid-sized Yeti. Swear to God. Hey, Josh, you heard the old hot down the hallway.
Sure, yeah.
Well, with Angel Skinner's, hot dogs could pole vault in it. Sit right to her face. Yeah, all caps and Helveticas. Number 2 ways to stay cool in the heat. Go naked skinny dipping.
Oh.
Ain't nothing going to cool you off quicker than naked skinny dipping. But see, I always personally choose to go skinny dipping in pools. I'll never go naked in retention ponds, lakes, rivers, or retention streams.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Anywhere there's creatures that might go noodling up my sphincter, I'm out. Plus, I don't want some snapping turtle or largemouth bass confusing my junk for a meaty sea snake or a eclectic eel or something.
Electric eel.
Third and foremost, any gender. Eat lots of spicy foods like jalapenos. Wash them down with shots of Fireball.
Oh.
Well, think about it. That way the heat from the outside and the inside cancels the worst of each other out.
Oh, I see.
sort of like Dolly Parton's and Kenny Rogers tape. Remember that tape? Both of them suck, but when you put them together, they gave us Islands in the Stream.
Oh, nice song. I like that song.
Oh, by the way, that song was playing in Heather Larson's Chevette the first time I got to second base.
Oh, wow.
Swear to God. Have you guys seen Heather now?
No, I haven't seen her.
Well, hell, she's on Facebook.
Is she?
She's got more babies than an unemployed possum. And to this day, I can't hear that tape without chubbing up.
You love that song, do you?
Speaking of chubbing up, the best way to beat the heat, keep your mind off of it.
Yeah.
True.
I say it like this. My Uncle Junebug always says, if you can't beat the heat, beat your meat. Because nothing will get your mind off the heat quicker than a little visit to Pornhub Premium.
Oh, Donnie.
I swear to God, fresh dollop of icy hot in your hand for pre-gaming. And if you really want to cool off, dabble a little of that icy hot on your nipples. That'll take the heat off your chest.
Really?
But you'll be walking around with a pair of firm meat whistles. Even dudes will be bird dogging. Hey, Christy.
Yes.
And we can rub them together. I'm still chubbing over Heather.
Lovely.
So when Donnie hears
Islands in the Sun. Oh, in the Stream, yeah.
he thinks of Heather Larson and chubs up. Who knew? It's so romantic. That's our song, Heather. Well, thank you, Donnie. Very, very informative. I don't think any of those things will work to beat the heat.
Good thing they don't play it much.
You don't hear that much anymore.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I've successfully avoided that for quite a while.
It's a rough one. Love song. I love that song.
You do, really?
I think it's so fun.
Are you out of your mind? I don't think I don't think I can work with you anymore.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
We're making love together.
There it is.
That's awful.
I puked on my dog once. That was
No. That's
Are
pretty
you
bad.
kidding me?
Okay. This Olympic moment brought to you by
Little Christy Lee, downhill slalom specialist,
the
once
20s.
puked on her dog.
Animal cruelty.
Puked on your dog.
the 20s were not good to me.
You know how to party.
No, and I had an Afghan hound. Do you ever?
Oh, man. You have to comb that out.
Yeah, she made the mistake of falling asleep on the side of the bed that day.
I never trusted those Afghanis. I'll tell you.
Wait a minute,
never
we're
did.
forgetting the poor dog just laying there sleeping.
Looking at you with all that love in their eyes.
And it gets better.
Mommy's waking up.
It gets better.
A dog will lick it up.
Christy puked on her dog.
Do you know what my dog's name was when it gets better?
Ralph?
Hi, man, it's Donnie Baker. Guess what? I saved up some money and bought this new badass spy camera. I swear to God I did. Check this thing out. Man, they got so much stuff in here. This is badass. I swear to God it is. You wouldn't think a radio station have so many pictures. Ah, look. It's Bob and Tom. Man, something about that don't look right. Let's see if we can make it better. One down. Perfect. Hey, Christy.
Hey, what are you doing here, Donnie? You're not allowed back here.
No, it's Homeland Security. I'm supposed to come back here and check you for humps today.
You're not going to get your hands on me.
Okay, if you don't like this one, how about let me use this one? You know, the touch of a wolf is a healing touch.
No.
Better yet, how about fur on fur?
They put the F in professional.
Video, that's teed.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
He's a wordsmith.
Hello.
Thank you, Roger. We have the very fine comedian here in the studio. He is Frank Caliendo.
So good to see you, Frank.
Great to see you, too.
Looking good, the more athletic Frank. In the last few years, he's a ping pong or table tennis
aficionado. He's very
hustler.
Yeah.
Of those in the world of celebrity, who is the best table tennis player?
I actually don't know.
It may be Frank.
I'm up there probably.
Yeah.
But there's.
But Judah Friedlander.
But you don't play the pickleball.
Judah's
You're
probably
telling
about
me.
the same.
You do not play the pickleball. You were telling
I don't play, but yeah, my dad wants to. Frankie, I play pickleball. I'm happy with table tennis, with ping pong, but you got to play pickleball. I go, then I have to go see other people and talk to other people. I like to just play in my garage against friends. That's what I like to do. And then there's always people waiting at the pickleball court.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how long do you have to wait? It's a couple hours. I'm not going. What are you doing there? Handing out pictures of you. I want to go play pickleball. You know, your brother is ranked in the state. Rico's ranked in the state. Yeah, he's a national champion in the state. There's no such thing as national champion in the state. That's a made-up thing, isn't it? I might have indulged a little bit in that, Frankie, but he doesn't know Frank, you want to, maybe we play some pickleball. I don't want to play pickleball. You want to race me? No, I don't want to race you. Okay. I got two new knees. I got your brother and I were playing doubles and they were playing table tennis. How come pickleball? I don't want to play pickleball. That's all I hear in my head. Pickleball.
I know historically, I think was Paul Newman the best celebrity ping pong player? That's what I've heard.
Paul Newman was the best at everything, according to you.
Well,
yeah.
It was a treasure. Right now, though,
we were lucky to have lived at the same time that he did.
Now, Frank, you are indeed a very fine comedian. There's no argument there. But, every once in a while, I need a little sharpening.
Even Tiger Woods.
That's why we now present.
I did learn something during the Olympics.
Oh.
Why don't French snails take much with them when they go on a journey?
Why not?
L'escargot.
Brought to you by Sleep Number. Sleep better together. Save now on a Sleep Number smart bed only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Timely and important. We learned something.
I like that. In that time, Ace really insisted on one of us responding.
He acted like it was your fault.
Time now.
The pace of that joke was of a snail, too.
Long part of the delivery.
He wanted to make sure.
So you learned something.
Time now for today in history. August 15. The Ides of August?
Sure. You got to be aware of them.
All right.
Dog Days of Summer.
Napoleon, born on this date in 1769. Now, this is an actual fact, which you're not going to believe. I bet Josh
Josephine?
knows this.
Something about Josephine.
Yes. There are letters Napoleon wrote to Josephine begging her not to shower because he enjoyed her BO so much.
Oh.
He liked a funky lady.
No, he liked Josephine. You're missing the point.
But he liked her to be all funked up.
Wow.
You see. True.
Good for him.
Also, he was actually of average height for the time. He was 5'6". They often say he's had a short man's complex. Not at the time.
And Pat Godwin once he sent me an article that was fun. This is true. Just Google Napoleon defeated by ducks.
It's a crazy story.
It's a wild story.
What?
Yep.
He. Let's see. How about this? Julia Child, the famous French chef, made famous even more so by the great Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, that's a great bit.
1964, the birthday of Melinda Gates. You may have read her book, Don't Sign a Prenup.
Heard her name on NPR a lot. Brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Actress Deborah Messing, born in this date of 1968.
You should see her apartment.
She was the...
it's messy.
She was Grace.
Grace. Will and Grace.
Okay, very good, very good. Ben Affleck, born in this date of 1972. I understand for his birthday, he's either going to marry or divorce J-Lo once again.
I think it's divorce this time.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't keep up.
Those poor kids.
Don't care.
I know.
Christy, this is their fans. The Joe Jonas birthday on this date in 1989.
He's a cutie.
The Joe Rose.
Okay, now let's get to facts. The Beatles, Pat, 1965, played to 55,000 people at Shea Stadium.
The Beatles. It's another Beatles.
Last time they played live.
Tickets to the show.
$9.
You're close. $8.50.
50.
So famous, didn't have to tour after that.
Yeah, that wouldn't cover any of the fees today, even if with inflation. I didn't know this one. 1969, Woodstock. It was called the Woodstock Music and Art Fair. Opened up upstate New York.
Famously in Bethel, not actually in
Oh, I see. We're not allowed to do it.
Of course.
It was a lot of fun unless you took the brown acid, if I recall. Was the brown acid the bad stuff?
Jefferson Airplane.
In 1970, Chick McGee, what happened? Patricia Palinkas debuted for what?
Patricia Palinkas debuted for what? Man, you got me.
Yeah, this is not a fair question. Yeah. She debuted for the Orlando Panthers, becoming the first woman to play professional football. She was the holder.
Oh.
Yeah, but the Orlando Panthers.
That's something.
What year was it?
But the Orlando Panthers?
That certainly wasn't the NFL, though.
Yeah. And then you'd like this, John. Apocalypse Now released on this date in 1979.
The horror.
They didn't know how to end it.
They ended it just like the book. It made perfect sense.
Couldn't come up with anything original.
Exquisite.
Well, it's based on a novel. What do you want?
I want a better ending.
You like the sterile cuckoo,
too. As bad as Lost. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bye, Frank.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.